up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to Middays with Marks on 97.5. The Fanatic, good morning. To everybody listening on the transistor radio. Maybe you're in your car on 97.5 FM WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia. Good morning. On the Fanatic app, worldwide. Man, the video. I wonder if our video's up there. Yesterday I went on, we had a video up there. As soon as you go into the app, you listen live, but also our video content. You can listen on demand. Our stories, Kyle Newby, who puts great stuff up there. Download the 97.5 The Fanatic app. It's elite. And good morning to everybody watching on YouTube. Hey, if you watch live every day, you get to comment and be a part of our YouTube chat recappers. That's correct. Good morning to everybody watching on YouTube. Subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic. You can listen to our shows. You can also see our off-air stuff, like Philly Baseball Talk, which is my new Phillies podcast. How about that? We say good morning to Ray Dunn. Good morning, Raymond.
Good morning, Johnny. How are you?
How you doing, buddy? Did you get some rest yesterday?
Honestly, I feel worse today than I did yesterday.
You got the day after hangover.
Yeah, I don't know how it's the case. I was in bed by like 10:30. I sent that show sheet, went right to bed. Woke up today, even more tired.
You have sleep debt. You know what sleep debt is?
No.
It's the amount of sleep your body needs to recover to get back to the baseline. There's this. Have you seen this ring that people wear, and it monitors your sleep and how well you sleep and all this other stuff? My wife has it, and it tells you, like, your stress levels and everything else, and it gives her the sleep debt. So when the kids are up all night or she's not feeling well, she'll be like, wow, I have 6 hours of sleep debt.
So great. On top of regular debt, I also have sleep debt.
I would not get the ring because it may be depressing to see. You're also 25, so what do you care?
Oh, yeah. What do I care? Health? That's just a word.
Yeah, you smoke cigarettes, so what does it matter?
Yeah,
we say good morning to Sean Brace, who was live at the Palestra last night. Sean.
Hey, and a good morning, everybody. Great to be back. I know I tuned in and heard a little back and forth between you and Ray yesterday. Great discussion on Harper. And, since I wasn't in yesterday, and when guys get hurt, they like to throw stats. Oh, well, Harper would have hit 20 more home runs. I would have had the best show ever if I was here yesterday, but I wasn't, so.
So what would you have said?
Well, would have hit a little of everything, if you know what I mean. But bottom line is, since we're just throwing stats out there, if you miss shows or you're hurt for a little bit, miss some games, I'll take it.
All right. Well, actually, I wanted to start with, it's not just Harper. Yesterday, Bill Colarulo came in and said, this is what we're talking about today. And we actually talked about it in the last segment before the YouTube chat recap. And I thought it was a really interesting discussion. And on my ride home yesterday, it was great radio. Bill and Ricky did a really good job with it. And it was the dynamic between Bryce Harper, Joel Embiid, Jalen Hurts, and why some get more criticism than others, right? And also what athletes have received the most criticism in Philadelphia. Is it warranted? They kind of talked about it a lot because then I tuned back in later on and they were still discussing at least part of that. So I kind of want to start by, it's a rhetorical question and asking, like, does Bryce Harper not get criticized? Why doesn't he get criticized? Is it warranted? Does he deserve criticism? Joel Embiid, does he get overly criticized? Is it warranted? Jalen Hurts, does he get overly criticized? Isn't warranted. And let's start with Joel Embiid, who is out tonight with, now it's a shin issue. Remember the game before the All-Star break? It's like, oh, well, they're just giving him some time off, and that way he's off his feet for over a week and everything else. Well, he's still not ready to play on the first game back tonight against the Hawks tonight down at the Wells Fargo Center. Only 1.5-point favorites, the Sixers, in that game, by the way. That's a Hawks line. But, and so Bill, because I've had this discussion with him before, Sean, Bill has been the Joel Embiid defender of, hey, Bryce Harper doesn't get criticized. Listen to what he said. If Joel Embiid says that, he'd be killed. Hey, if Jalen Hurts said that, he'd be killed. Bryce Harper, like the whole thing with Dave Dombrowski and everything else, Bryce Harper never gets criticized. Joel Embiid gets overly criticized. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, because I was entertaining a little bit of a conversation, as I said, yesterday, and then there was a Bleacher Report article on Bryce Harper that was released later last night, and I retweeted it simply for the fact of, I want to come back to it. Like you said, I was out at the Palestra, but at the same time, it was an interesting headline, so I threw it out there. Next thing you know, I got 2 tweets, 2 guys coming at Bryce Harper saying he doesn't get enough criticism, comparing him to James Harden, John. And like, this is where I'm going with the Joel Embiid conversation, bringing it back home. First of all, when you start to compare guys in different sports, I think that's where the discussion has to start, right? Like basketball, playoff basketball, let's just put playoff performances at the forefront of this discussion. guys like James Harden or Joel Embiid in the playoffs have the ball in their hands for how much of a percentage of a game, right? Like Joel Embiid, I don't know, 60%, 70%. Like he can do some damage on that game, on that result, XYZ. Harper gets, 4 at-bats? So it's like, I think that's where the discussion starts for me when you start to have the discussion on different players, criticism, do they get enough, and the different sports that they play. With that being said, over to Joel Embiid. I think there's plenty of criticism to Joel Embiid. I think there are, it starts with the people that were not involved with the process. It starts with people like me who understood the process but hated every minute of it. And then it starts with the process diehards that could live with every Hollis Thomas 3 and X.
They loved it.
Yeah. So for my money, I think Joel Embiid, as far as criticism is concerned, is not a cop-out, but I think he gets plenty of it in this city.
Is he overly criticized? Is it fair when you look at some of the other athletes, some of the other stars? He's a star.
I think it's definitely fair. It's definitely fair because there are, for every time that you could sit there and tell me, well, he's a warrior, he played through this, he deserves that. Well, there have been plenty of camps that he showed up a little bit out of shape, a little sluggish. The stories are there. The team player aspect, the chemistry. You had a guy say it this year when they got rid of Jared McCain that, this is the first time that they had actual chemistry in that locker room. Okay, Joel Embiid's been here for 10-plus years.
Yeah, way to screw up the good chemistry that they had in the locker room.
But the issue is, Joel Embiid can step in, up into this year, no rest, no practice, no shoot around and drop 70.
He's an amazing talent.
Yeah.
He's the most talented player I've ever seen in this city.
I agree.
Unbelievable what he can do. The shooting touch, he shoots threes, and not as high as a percentage, but you know what I mean. Allen Iverson, who is the most dynamic player and probably not my favorite 76er, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't a great shooter. He was a gunner. He was a scorer. He was an amazing talent, just like Embiid. Man, Embiid, he doesn't even hit the net sometimes in some of these shots he takes.
His touch is incredible, and that's why his numbers aren't really diminishing all that much, where you look and you're like, okay, this guy's numbers have to go down. No, he could still fill it up from outside.
So you believe that the criticism of Joel Embiid is warranted? And I'm not just current, but previous, future, the criticism of Joel Embiid by the fan base is warranted.
I would say it's warranted, it's fair, and I think it's pretty much split. Now, people are going to argue with me and say, oh, no, you're out of your mind, Brace. That's fine, but I think it's pretty much fair and split down the middle.
So I'll throw the phone number out early, 610-632-0975, because we had, not even trying to really talk about this yesterday. We had a number of people that called in that wanted to talk. So we'll do it again, 610-632-0975. Text line's the same number, 610-632-0975. Ray, I'll ask you, do you believe Joel Embiid criticism is warranted and fair?
I think criticism is warranted. I think sometimes people go way over the top with Embiid. I mean, I look at this organization, and again, since Barkley's rookie season, they've been out of the second round once. To say that this is just a Joel Embiid issue is ignoring the history that you have of the 76ers over a lot of our listening audience's lifetime, where they have not been amongst the best teams in basketball. They have not been able to advance. And the issue with him being the constant for this team, the reason they have a chance is because this guy's the constant for this team. The reason that you believe, the reason why today we're upset he's out with shin soreness is because it continues the trend that we've seen, but also because we know that this organization has no shot without him. And it's because he's that level talent. There's absolutely criticism that's warranted of the guy. There's reasons why they have not advanced that are on him. But I do think that he becomes this all-encompassing thing where
he becomes the target.
He becomes the target for this thing.
So the frustration of the team.
When we get to and it's the word I love they use was unjust. Who receives the most unjust criticism? I don't know if would be my pick of those three players, but I think he certainly does get his fair share of unjust criticism from people who are mad at the situation of their basketball club. And that falls directly on him. I get it. As a superstar player, that's usually where it falls. It usually falls on him. But ultimately, that's where I think some of the unjust criticism comes from.
We have a good club.
They do have a good club. Go ahead, Sean.
Unjust, just to let everybody know that the definition is not based on or behaving according to what is morally right and fair.
Yeah. Thank you. So I want to make this clear because you guys both mentioned the injury. Here's when I get frustrated with Embiid and the injury. When he's overweight and he's not coming into camp in shape and he's got bad knees. You can't do that. You can't come in and be 20 pounds overweight, whatever it is. He comes in and he's not in the shape he should be. With knees like that, you almost always have to be on. And you have to be training. And you have to know that if you come in 25 pounds overweight, 20 pounds overweight in the training camp, you can't play yourself in. First of all, if you're a superstar and you're coming into camp out of shape or not in prime shape, that's a problem. If you're Joel Embiid and you're 7'2" and you have bad knees, there's no way that you can come in out of shape, because that directly affects your ability to play, to be out there, to be effective, and everything else. So that's that. And I think everybody would agree that there's been times that he's come in and he hasn't been in shape. The injuries in general, the dude's got chronic bad knees. I can't be mad at him. His shin's giving him a problem.
Yeah.
Is it frustrating? I'm not even frustrated by it anymore. It's something you have to expect. Sucks. He's an amazing talent. Joel Embiid is an amazing talent. The problem is, it's not the injuries for me. That's not what makes me say the criticism is totally fair. It's the professionalism. Not only has it been questioned, it's been questioned, and there's been evidence of his professionalism going back a decade. From the bags of fast food on the plane, the 4 Chick-fil-A sandwiches, the 4 Oreo milkshakes, the 4 order of fries. That was his to-go order through Landry Shamet. Shamet wasn't even trying to call him out, but that was his order. I wonder how he gets 25 pounds overweight. That'll do it for you. I mean, Sean eats that, but he's not a basketball player.
Crush that right now.
All right, Joel Embiid was called out by Tyrese Maxey for being, quote, late to everything. And this is the other part of it, and how it impacts the locker room. Not that he's just late to everything, and this was before last season, after Paul George signed. It was supposed to be the year they maxed Paul George out. This was supposed to be the year they were being looked at as a true contender. Daryl Morey, for better or for worse, went out and maxed out Paul George. Let's go. And he's late to everything, and Maxey's got to call him out, and he's got to explain to him that this makes people in the locker room resent him, that he doesn't already understand that. You're the best player. When you're not showing up, and you're not showing up on time, guys resent that. Allen Iverson, you don't think Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, those guys resented Allen Iverson for not showing up to practice or not practicing? Of course they did. Mm-hmm. The year that he took that seriously, by no coincidence, was the year they went to the finals, right? So the fact that last year Joel Embiid, and he's matured and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
But last year Joel Embiid had to be called out not only by Tyrese Maxey, then it got leaked to the media. And most people believe it got leaked to the media by the team because the team didn't know what else to do. What else do we do? Let's shame him. Let's put this out there. The Tyrese Maxey, our young star that we just maxed out, and he's the future if Joel Embiid's not in. That was the tactic, and that was the strategy they used. How do we get Joel Embiid to buy in and to be totally committed? We're going to try this because obviously nothing else was working. So you have all of that stuff behind the scenes, and also they haven't made it past the second round. And that goes as much on Joel Embiid or less on Joel Embiid as it does to the players around him, to the organization. Ray, you talked about going back, Charles Barkley, they've made it past the second round one time. I can't look at different ownership. I can't look at different players. I can't look at different management. I can't look at any of those things. I have to look since Josh Harris took over and really since Daryl Morey has taken over. This team is no closer to making a finals or getting to an Eastern Conference Finals than they were when Brett Brown was running things. And part of that is Joel Embiid's injury stuff, but the other part of it is Joel Embiid. It's not just the injuries with him. You name me a team that has their best player right now in basketball, that has their best player that is being called out for being late to everything. You can't win like that. You just can't. So that's my criticism of Joel Embiid. And that's why I think he gets it as much as he does. And that's why I look at Joel. That's the way I look at Joel Embiid.
Yeah. I would say that I think it's fair, right, to point out everything that's factual. And you just did exactly that. The only caveat I would throw out there is this year, dude's performing. He's balling out. You know, it limited 31 games. He's missing back-to-back, which brings me into the conversation of like, okay, as far as criticism is concerned, I know we don't care about the outside perspective, but are we talking about just here or are we bringing it in nationally? Because nationally, there's a whole lot of different criticism thrown his way. Whether it's the whining, whether it's the flopping.
And I didn't even bring that up.
The back-to-backs, right? Like I just mentioned it, but it's the reality. He doesn't play back-to-backs. Like, come on, what are we doing here?
Right.
He's not healthy enough to do it.
To Joel.
Understood. Oh, that's limited to Joel. You're right. Again,
nobody else does
that. Like,
still, it is criticism that is thrown his way. And who set the tone in that category as far as tanking is concerned? Yeah, look,
No, but
look in our corner.
So wait, is Joel Embiid now to blame for tanking? How did tanking come into this?
I'm telling you,
That's organizational.
I have moved on from the injury stuff, but what you brought up that I didn't even mention, I hate when he's out there trolling other players. I cringe at his behavior sometimes on the floor. Seriously, like I don't like any of that stuff. I don't like the troll. He seems to want to be that guy and embrace it. I don't like that at all.
You don't like to suck it?
I don't. Like, whatever. Like, some of the stuff, I don't care.
I can't believe we lost that game still. I'm mad that they roll out Triple H with the hammer, the X. Remember
And
that play?
lose.
And we lost that game. How did we lose that game?
The Eagles would never lose that game. For sure. So, Ray, what's your rebuttal to everything I'm saying?
Well, the fact that you don't like that aspect of him,
I
think.
hate
think. So, what do you make of Harper and the personality he puts on?
I mean, is he trolling other players? I mean, Arcia from the Braves.
Yeah, so him
did what
staring
he
him
did
down.
there.
Did you like that?
Right, but when was it justified that Embiid? I like fighting and I like hating the other team. When has Embiid done that it's justified? Normally he's picking on a guy that he knows he's better than, like Drummond he used to pick on, or some of these other guys that are bums he used to pick on.
Well, he's majority of the time he is the better player against all those.
All of
pigs,
them,
right? Yeah,
correct.
I mean, I think if that just energizes your play, that's who he is.
Is that what it does?
To me, that's
Really?
what it does. He looks locked in. When he's going the full, hey, I'm celebrating here, that's when Joel is kind of locked in, zoned in. That's when he's having his days. To me, I think that's when you get the full, hey, I'm doing the chop here, I'm having myself an evening. Like, that's
I agree.
prime Joel.
I agree because you know what? The game somewhat has to be boring to him. If you're walking in late, missing miss a shoot around's a stretch, but you know what I mean. Getting in there, doing your thing, and then you go out and drop 7-0. Like, he did that.
He's an incredible talent.
It's unbelievable. The game is going to be boring to him to a point. He's going to be mixing in some of this nonsense. I actually like it. It gives him an edge, John. I agree with Ray on that. The suck it, getting in these guys' faces, the tackling of the Knicks player in the corner. I know that was a little overblown.
How about flop it all over the ground? Anytime he hits the floor, it's
flop.
like, but
again, we're making these NBA trends just Joel. We have a superstar in town. Welcome to superstardom in the NBA.
But it's not. But the problem is, it's not just when he does it. It's a lot different than when somebody else does it because he's so damn big. Is there anybody that hits the floor as hard as him when he hits the floor?
No.
And just to be fair, before everybody kills me, you've been doing the show with me since the season started,
yes.
Right? Am I overly critical of Embiid? Do I really ever criticize Embiid? Is it, oh, here we go again, he's injured again? For the most part, I defend him with that stuff.
No, yeah, I mean, I've worked with others that are more critical of Embiid than you,
Mike,
for sure.
Right? Yeah, but not even that. I think I'm pretty fair with it. Ultimately, you have to win. But the series they lost to Miami Heat, this is another thing that drives me crazy with Embiid. At the podium after they lost, he was saying we need to get tougher, and he was saying they wanted P.J. Tucker. He was talking about P.J. Tucker.
Got P.J. Tucker.
So what do? They go out and sign P.J. Tucker, and he doesn't even make it through a season because he sucks. No, do you know who needs to get tougher, Joe?
Great shoes, though.
You need to get more. He needs to get tougher.
Yeah.
He hasn't had enough of a supporting cast in a lot of these years, right? Like, the years that they have, they've had bad luck. It's not his fault that he's gotten Bell's palsy or breaks his orbital bone in his face twice.
The thumb,
man. Like I honestly,
knees, yes.
I don't criticize him for any of that crap. I don't call him injury prone.
I don't think it's criticism, but I think exactly, and that's one of the things you said before I get ripped. There was a video that we put out 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, and I was just saying, look, I'm not here to celebrate the fact that he looks great. Like, that's not what this is about. It's about winning in the playoffs. The Sixers have told us with the way they operate in the regular season. Joel Embiid has told us with not playing back-to-backs. It's about the playoffs.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden, look, he's got sore shins. He's got a bad knee. Now he's missing games after the All-Star break. You better be worried, Sixer fan. I am.
610-632-0975. So we'll start with Embiid. At any point, Hurts is going to be an interesting discussion because Hurts is the easiest one to make sense of it all for me. The Bryce Harper's nuanced because he doesn't really get criticized at all, and they haven't won, and that's an interesting discussion. The Hurts is the easiest discussion for me. The dude's a Super Bowl MVP, and we can't wait to kill him even next year.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Harper discussion because I want to bring it into a little bit more deeper of a baseball question as well.
All right, well, that's coming up later this hour. Your phone calls, your reaction. Is the criticism of Joel Embiid too much? Is it fair, or is it too much? That's coming up. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, what are we talking about here? We're talking about the BetParks app. Are you kidding me? Get on the BetParks app right now. I was looking this morning. I do my BetParks of the day, my BetParks pick of the day every day, and I was looking at some baseball odds for the season, right? NL East, the Fightins are third behind Atlanta and the Mets. Are you kidding me? Good value right now if you believe in the Phillies to win the NL East. But man, there's so much to do on the BetParks app right now. And right now, if you get on there, how about live betting? When you're watching the games at home, you're like, all right, what am I doing here? You're watching the games, live bet on the BetParks app. And right now, how about this? Yesterday, you were watching some Olympic hockey. Holy cow. U.S. is going for the gold. Bet on ice hockey. They're in the semis. Bobsledding, speed skating, skiing, curling, and more. And join me on the BetParks online casino and sportsbook app, where there's always another way to win. And right now, you new casino users, you can score up to $1,000 casino bonus back in the first 24 hours. So check it out. The BetParks online casino and sportsbook app, where there's always another way to win. You must be 21. And in PA, New Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan, new users only. Terms and conditions do apply. See site for details. Casino bonus must be wagered. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers return tonight. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Second half of the Sixers season starts tonight with the Hawks at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Joel Embiid is out tonight with right shin soreness. You can listen to the game tonight right here on 97.5 The Fanatic at 7 o'clock. Bob Cooney will join us coming up at 1 o'clock to break down everything going on with the Sixers. Workouts continue down in Clearwater for the Phillies. They prepare for their first spring training game on Saturday. Team USA Hockey won 2-1 yesterday over Sweden on a Quinn Hughes game winner. NFL Combine starts on Monday. We'll keep you updated with anything going on down there with regards to the Birds. And the Union won 5-0 last night in the opening game of CONCACAF Champions Cup. This update is brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Bestadine tires from Tire Rack. Bestadine tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Ship fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
spot. I ended up getting thrown out at Kincade one time. Not my fault. There have been a handful of times that yeah, baby. I was out last night. Let's go. No, there have been a handful of times that I've been asked to leave. All right? Never thrown out. This time, I believe it was a Sunday night, whatever it was, and we were up top, and my buddy Bert was out of his mind, and he, tackled me. I fall over, the chairs go flying. Next thing, this dude, it's Sunday night, a bartender had no tolerance, no patience. Both of you, get out.
Yeah, you were collateral damage.
It was. It's you always get in trouble with the people you hang out with sometimes. Right?
One time I've been thrown out of a bar is because a friend of mine, she smashed her drink on the table and it went flying everywhere.
Yes.
And some guy got hit by a bunch of it and turned around and shoved me. And I got up and was like, "What the fuck?" And then you out. And I'm like, "What? This guy just shoved me on the ground and didn't do anything." They don't care. You're out.
Guilt by association, as my dad would say. Yes, and that happened to me. Bert got me tossed out of Kincade. Great spot, great establishment. Haven't been there in years, but one heck of a bar to stop by when it's a beautiful day in the Delaware Valley, in the city of
And
Philadelphia.
Salciunas probably won't get thrown out of Kincade.
No.
Just
Probably.
saying.
Again, now that he's a father, just on a whole different type of time. You know?
Exactly.
It's been a couple years.
Depends
since
the
he's
type of
been
day
thrown
that
out
I'm
of a bar.
having. I'll
Yeah,
tell you right now.
Fair.
Get tossed
All
out.
right, let's take a phone call or two. Ray, spice up that text line. Let's see what we got going on the text line. Bill Colarulo checks in on the text line as well and says, Harper's rivalry pack was cool, though. Come on. What does he mean, rivalry pack?
Is that because he just released new spikes this morning?
It was when he was wearing the opposing team's colors when they
Yeah.
were playing them. He was wearing the Mets colors against the Mets. He was wearing the Marlins colors against the Marlins.
Okay, so
Braves,
how about
Braves.
this? How about this? I want to keep this independent of Bryce Harper. Fine, Bryce Harper was weak in that. Antoine, you just hung up. Callings, I want to hear what you had to say. Yeah, fine, it was weak. I don't care. It's separate, right? Because what Bill was saying yesterday was it's not equal treatment. It's not fair. How about the fact that Joel and I don't like Joel Embiid's behavior on the floor. I don't. It's embarrassing. Makes me cringe. If that was another player on another team, there's something like Draymond Green. I hate Draymond Green on the floor. If I was a Warriors fan, I would hate Draymond Green at this point because it's too much.
That's fair.
Back when he was doing it earlier and they were winning, all right, you deal with it, and there was a method to his madness. It was something. It's been an old act for a long time. Joel Embiid's the troll Embiid stuff is an old act, and every time he breaks it out, I hate it. All right,
I like it.
Let's go to Nick in Elkins Park. Nick, good morning, buddy.
Good morning.
Hey.
I just want to say that this is my favorite combo in radio. I've been listening to sports talk since I was a little boy. I turned 40 this year. I love the three of you together.
Oh, man, I appreciate it.
And Nick in Elkins Park is he was a John and Sean show fan, big time listener and caller.
40. What do you got on plans for 40? What are you doing for your 40th?
We're probably taking a trip to Cooperstown.
Nice.
Going to hit the Baseball Hall of Fame, play some golf, hang out.
Good, man. Enjoy
I turned
it.
40 in August.
You only
so.
turn 40 once, they say. Right? You got to
It's
celebrate.
true.
True.
So, yeah, I wanted to, obviously I want to continue the discussion from yesterday. First thing is I completely disagree with Ray's take that this is in the context of the Sixers organization as a whole. That the history of the Sixers has nothing to do with how Embiid's performed. The bottom line is this guy signed a crazy contract not that long ago. 50, whatever it is, $50+ million a year. He consistently, like you guys say, comes in out of shape. His behavior on the court, not great. Hasn't performed in the playoffs. You cannot compare him to Hurts or Harper. I'm not going to list off stats like yesterday in the same way. You look at Harper's 4 postseasons since he's been here. The first 3 above 1,000 OPS. His only postseason where he was off was last year. I don't know what else we want from this guy. I don't understand any type of criticism of this guy. This guy has been a great ambassador for this team. He has recruited players. He's made it so it's a destination. We went from almost 10 years of bad baseball, 8-9 bad years of baseball. This guy signs with us in 2019 wins an MVP a couple years later, then we're in the World Series and we haven't missed the playoffs since. It's absolutely ridiculous. The guy hit a home run to send us to the World Series. I repeat, a home run in the bottom of the eighth. It does not get more clutch than that. Yeah. Embiid has done nothing like that. And the thing is about Hurts is, I'm a Hurts guy. I think he's great. I think he's tough. That's what I want in a football player. I understand the criticism. Okay, he doesn't step up in the pocket. He doesn't lead receivers. Whatever. He's won a Super Bowl. He went to another one.
Yep.
Miss me with the Embiid, is over criticized. This guy, and that's a Ray statement. Miss me. I know that's one of his crutches. But
really, I didn't think miss me. I got a lot of crutches.
Ray, I think you say miss me. Maybe not a crutch.
You can miss me with that.
No, he says kiss me, kiss me.
Not on the radio though. That's only a garage on a Friday night.
Hello.
But the point being is that you cannot take it in context with the history of the Sixers. Embiid gets paid big time. There's no way we should have given him that contract. That's the worst contract in the fourth.
By the way, Nick, he's making $70 million. It's a player option, $69.1 million in 28 and 29, $64 million in 27 and 28. I don't even care about the contract. I'm trying to be fair on this with Embiid. The criticism is absolutely warranted, and it's not too much. As far as Jalen Hurts, I think you can easily make the case that, and I can criticize him and think it's fair. He does have a Super Bowl MVP, and he did win a Super Bowl when he was to another Super Bowl that he would have been the Super Bowl MVP. If there's anybody in town that gets criticized heavily, which Jalen Hurts does, that doesn't deserve it, it's Jalen Hurts.
Oh yeah, no,
not close.
If we were doing the three of them, to me it'd be Hurts. Can I respond real quick to that one? Because when I say this in the context of the organization, I say it in that we have not been gifted over the last 40 years this incredible run of basketball where it's Embiid that's ruined this organization. And we look back at the time where Barkley was here, and we love Charles Barkley.
He never made it to an Eastern Conference final.
Charlie, rookie year, that's it. And he said that without Moses, he would have been out of shape. He wouldn't have learned that. Okay, so he tells you without Moses. Allen Iverson comes here. Whoa, we love Allen. Allen's out till 5 a.m. thrown up on the side of a car, comes out and drops 40. And you love Allen Iverson. And it's like, all right, Allen Iverson had Aaron McKee. He says a lot that McKee helped him out that year, that was kind of his guy. But what do you look at me like that for?
Are you going to say Joel Embiid doesn't have anybody?
Well, what I'm saying right now is what we've seen is Tyrese Maxey's taking the leadership thing here. We say we have all these great leaders and all these tremendous leaders throughout time. The organization's failed multiple superstars here over time, over different ownerships, and there is criticism that Embiid deserves for this. I'm not saying Embiid's off the hook with this.
Yeah.
But I think we've now aged into appreciation of other superstars who didn't win here.
Right.
And I think at some point we'll age into that appreciation of Embiid once we're not living the exact moment of it, because it's obviously annoying year in and year out to end the same way. But I think sometimes we go over the top thinking that we've experienced this tremendous run of basketball here, and Embiid's the reason why we haven't gotten over the top. We haven't in Philadelphia.
Well, it's a really good point, because and let's go back to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts gets drafted, although in an awkward spot with Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson, and then Doug gets whacked, but still, the organization's considered one of the top organizations in football for a long time. This isn't a new owner. This isn't the Sixers with Josh Harris and another GM and Brett Brown. The Sixers didn't know what to do with Joel Embiid. And if that would have been the Eagles taking over, if they would be running the Sixers, would they have gone further in the playoffs than they have? Of course they would. Because the owner is hands-on as much as he needs to be hands-on. Because the GM knows what the hell he's doing. And it doesn't mean that it's easy, but Jalen Hurts stepped into a pretty good situation with an organization that's an excellent organization. What did Joel Embiid step into?
Yeah.
A team that was trying to lose.
Yeah, correct. And I think that they handed him the keys and Ben Simmons the keys when they did nothing, and that was a detriment to everybody.
Right. Agreed.
And we learned that as history rolls on. I'm with you, Ray. I think we're going to look back at Joel Embiid a hell of a lot differently, especially when he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is 100% a lock. I think every MVP has made the Hall of Fame. Basketball is different. We understand that. It's easier, whatever. But Joel Embiid is a Hall of Fame basketball player at the end of his career. We'll see if he's able to get some playoff success.
Is Colarulo here? Was that him in the studio with you?
No, that was Vito. We're having some behind-the-scenes stuff.
All right, well, I just challenged Bill to come in here and have a conversation with me about this, because here's my question. What criticism what's the criticism of Bryce Harper other than he struggled in the playoffs last year and they haven't won a World Series? And the further away you get from being in that World Series, and if you continue to struggle, that's on-field criticism. That's warranted, right? And it's gonna come. Outside of that, where's the criticism? I just checked off criticism of Embiid, criticism of Embiid. By the way, none of it was how he performed on the court. I'm not even talking about the on-court stuff. I'm talking about the other stuff that I believe has a direct effect on the team. What's the criticism? What's the honest criticism of Bryce Harper that I need to be here? Because Bill's telling me, oh, it's not fair. It's not fair how Embiid is being treated and Harper's being. Okay, my ears are open. What should I be killing Bryce Harper over?
Timely hitting.
That's it.
That's it.
Maybe I'm off. Maybe there isn't something. Ray, can you help me out?
I mean,
Cleats?
not cleats. I don't.
Cleats.
Cleats, yes. Cleats.
The rivalry pack. If you have issue with the way that Embiid goes about
gosh.
trolling, I mean that's the same thing.
Do you think he did that because he loves the Mets and he wanted them to win?
No, it's because he's trying to troll the Mets. In the same way that Embiid doing the chop is the way to troll the opponent that he's beating.
All right, so this is a tweet that came into me last night, and this is off of Bryce Harper. You ready for this? I don't agree with this, but I'm reading it. Darren Tolliver checks in. He deserves criticism, Bryce Harper. 4 years, and he chokes in the playoffs. No different than James Harden. I wrote back, man, Harden's a hell of a player. I know criticism warranted, but we're talking about MVPs here between both players. Darren checks back in. No different than McNabb. We are a Tier 1 sports city. Championship banners mean nothing. His season stats mean nothing. If he doesn't get us a chip, then it would be a failure, period. He hasn't shown up in those seasons. That's all I care about. This is not high school ball where you get pat on the back for doing well. He makes way too much money for abysmal performance last September. He owes us.
Yeah, that's a Buddy Ryan Eagles fan right there.
Come on, Darren. I agree with you, John. Yeah.
But, I mean, like, if that's your reason to criticize, then, okay, you're going to be critical of everybody outside of some Eagles.
Well,
everybody.
In baseball, you're going to be critical of every team except for the last one standing.
Listen, man, Bryce Harper did not show up in the playoffs last year. If that's the reason you want to give the criticize, then...
Who did?
Right. I mean, so that means you're going to kill Embiid, too? If you're going to criticize Bryce Harper solely because of the on-the-field stuff or the cleats to try to troll him, whatever, whenever Bill comes in, come on down, 610-632-0975 on the phone lines. If you're going to be the guy that criticizes because of just results, okay, I'm not going to argue with you. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. But if I'm told, oh, well, Bryce Harper doesn't get criticized and he should, look at the way Joel Embiid gets criticized. Man, I have a freaking notebook of reasons why I can kill Joel Embiid, right? I mean, what do I have on Bryce Harper? He wears cleats? Seriously? That's what Bill Colarulo has? He wears cleats? All right, Bill, come on in.
They are Mets colors, John.
I know.
Real quick, though, I just want to say this. Harper, if he continues to struggle in the playoffs and they continue to come up short, I think he will enter in that conversation
more and more every year
that we're having with Joel Embiid.
All
Fair or
right.
unfair?
That's coming up next, Middays with Marks.
The Flyers are in the Olympic break and are
Raymond Dunn and you at 610-632-0975. That's the phone line, and that's how you can text us. 610-632-0975. As people have been weighing in on the phones. And Ray, you want to weigh in on the text line? Ray's in there working with some technical stuff right now.
Oh, always fun.
It's always fun.
Always fun with Vito's in the process. You know that the things are, I can smell the wood burning from over here.
By the way, at 11, so next segment, it's a nice long segment we can get into, the criticism of Jalen Hurts. As we look at the lack of criticism to Bryce Harper, the over-criticism of Joel Embiid, and then there's a separate planet with Jalen Hurts, and not that, I mean, the entire conversation is,
sure.
You know, if people are watching on a different planet or listening, they may think we're crazy.
The aliens?
Yes. The aliens, which do exist according to President Obama.
You know, and then he's walking it back. Everybody likes to have these takes, and then all of a sudden you get pressed. And you're like, whoa, it's not what I meant. It's like, dude, tell me if aliens are really out there. We know they are.
They are. Yeah, they are.
Like
anyway.
you would be full of yourself if you said that we're the only existing.
What Obama walked back was he said that he doesn't think that they made it to Earth because they're so far away in different solar systems, which is what I agree.
They're with us. No, I think they're out there.
You think it's like they live with Rowdy Piper?
Yeah, right. Yeah, rest in peace. I do. I think just give me the glasses and you can start to see them. I can point them out. I'm telling you. Last night, I seen a bunch last night. I'm telling you.
No, they were just Catholic League people. Ray, what's and Sean laughs because he knows.
Yes,
that's something down there.
Oh,
we'll get your recap of the Catholic League semis last night.
Great, a lot of conversation on the timeline coming, Johnny. Love it.
What do we got, Ray?
All right, we got texter here. I believe Harper just knows how to keep the fans on his side a bit. He hasn't been bad, really. He just hasn't won. Joel doesn't care what the fans or anyone else thinks, and it shows.
I mean, different personalities, I guess. Some people would say that Harper's not genuine. I believe he is, but there's also a part of it where, like Jason Worth said on our show, that Bryce is a master marketer. He knows what he's doing. Bryce knows what he's doing. I'll say that. But listen to the podcast he was on with Bussin' and the Boys.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. He really is. He talks about everything.
Look, that run, if you weren't a part of it, and I speak from experience here, in the 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, like, I just came to Philadelphia in 04. So, like, that was an incredible run. So if you're Bryce Harper, again, and that's a different story, he's playing for the Nationals. Who cares? They don't have any history. And you see guys like Utley and Howard and the rally towels and people going absolutely berserk in this city year after year. That's going to have an impact on you. I believe that Harper really does have a spot in his heart for Philadelphia pre-signing the deal and this huge contract.
Sure. Yeah, you have in Washington, your fan base is, there's a lot of
nobodies.
Yeah, there's a lot of transients. You have, Washington's the Nationals weren't a longtime franchise, so you don't have old school fans.
Think about how many times Phillies fans went down there and packed the park.
No,
field behind Worth.
I'm not saying he's going to play here the rest of his career because I could see him going to Vegas at some point. Yeah. But why wouldn't he love playing here? He's embraced us. We've embraced him. All right, Ray, what else?
We got another text here, Mike in Turnersville. I think both Embiid and Hurts criticism has been over the top by many, as I think the organizations have failed both of them. Sixers front office made huge mistakes that have hurt them far more than Embiid's injury. Should have kept Jimmy Butler, trade Simmons far sooner for Halliburton. Also terrible drafting after Embiid. With Jalen's organization, they had a head coach in place when they drafted him, fired Doug Peterson. They bring in Sirianni, a head coach who can't design an offense or call plays. Due to this, they change coaches every year, and when they have a good year, the coaches get all the credit. When things don't go well, Jalen is the problem. If they had a Shanahan, Reed, McVay as the head coach, the carousel of offensive coaches wouldn't have occurred.
That and I appreciate the text. That's silly. Patullo got more criticism, and Sirianni got more criticism than Hurts did last year. Correct? Would everybody agree? They were egging Patullo's house. They found out where he lived and egged his house.
It's going to be 20 years from now, and I'm going to be like, that damn Patullo. Like, we all are.
Where is he?
We're going to be cursing him for decades. What a waste of a year, Patullo.
He's going to be an offensive quality control assistant for the Colts.
I think I was saying it last night. I don't know.
We're going to boo him.
Damn Patullo. He wasted this year. Never going to forgive him.
I mean, it's a valid point as far as the organization in Embiid, failing Embiid. I don't disagree with that. I mean,
yeah, there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of that. There's also a lot of Embiid You know, like if Embiid is more professional, if he takes better care of himself, if he's not coming in the camp out of shape, maybe his knees aren't as bad. Maybe he's able to play more games. Maybe he's able to win in the playoffs.
There's a lot of people on my timeline these days that say we aren't allowed to criticize Joel Embiid due to the fact of what he's put on his body on the line for this franchise, and how dare you second guess him in any factor. I can't get down with that. Nobody's above criticism. I don't give a damn who you are. And especially with what you just said, somewhat a laundry list over there where we're checking all the boxes.
Right. And I didn't even there's boxes I wasn't even bringing up. What about the Harper criticism? Can anybody give reasons? Like, if you're going to use performance, then I don't have anything to say. Then that's your prerogative. I'm not like, you didn't hear me say, Joel Embiid, you didn't make the finals. It's your fault. No, it's every other reason why he's criticized. Right, you want to talk about over-criticism? Mike Schmidt was a multiple-time MVP and won a championship here, and the fans despised him and booed all the time. And I know that's going back 40-some years.
Yeah.
But still, like this is – it isn't – like I know a lot of people will say with Harper, because I see it and I hear it, that it's a black and white thing. Harper's white, Jimmy Rollins is black.
Really?
Joel Embiid's black, Jalen Hurts is black, Harper doesn't get criticized, Chase Utley doesn't get criticized. I get it, and I'm not telling you that there's not something there to that. Mike Schmidt wasn't black, ladies and gentlemen.
Really?
He wasn't. No, he was not. He was as white as they came. Ron Jaworski was hated by this fan base when he was the starter.
Yep.
Ron Jaworski was not black. It's the nature of being a star in this town and your personality, I believe. Bryce Harper's personality was, and I heard Ricky say this yesterday, he chose us. He could have went other places.
Yeah.
Maybe this was the best contract. He talked about that in the podcast thing. But he also had the exact same contract from San Francisco, and he said, I always knew it was going to be Philly. It always felt like it was going to be Philly. So he wanted to come here, and that also helps. And what does he do? Does he overdo it? I know Ricky was mad because he had the elbow pad that had Fanatic fuzz on it.
Spring training, it's allowed.
Would you rather have him giving the middle finger to the fans instead? I don't know. I mean, he's embraced the sports culture here.
Yeah. Speaking of Bobby Brown, real quick, he did a great podcast with Sean Stockman.
Bobby Brown?
Every little step you take.
What's your favorite Bobby Brown
My
song?
Prerogative.
I just heard My Prerogative on the 80s channel.
Humping around.
Everybody's humping around.
Yeah, baby.
No, it's the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack song, On Their Own. Well, I guess we're gonna have to take control.
That's it, yeah.
That's my favorite song.
Yeah, that's a great tune. Great tune.
You can sing back.
I'm telling you, yes, exactly. It's a great podcast. Sean Stockman, he pulls up the guitar. Bobby was singing. He doesn't really have the vocals, but they got through it and they had fun, and that's what it's all about, having fun.
You know, Sean follows me on Instagram.
I know.
Right?
I heard. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, man, that's
Not
awesome.
bragging.
He's the man. Talented.
Do we have breaking news? Ray, let's send it to the breaking news desk. What do we have?
Dudes on Dudes has finally come through. The A.J. Brown episode is dropped. It's going to be out wherever you get your podcasts, but especially on YouTube. Dudes on Dudes is out.
It's out right now?
A.J. Brown on Coach Mike Vrabel. I emoji with a clip from A.J. Brown. Episode out now on YouTube.
All right, can we get every asset we have in the company to go into this and get it? All right, whatever we talked about, we're talking about has now ended.
Dudes on Dudes releases the A.J. Brown podcast.
They did it.
Wow.
They're Kaiser Soze. Just when we ran out of A.J. talking, everybody says he's not coming back. They dropped. Seriously, they're Kaiser Soze, and I'm the idiot. Seriously, that's true. I ripped them for being idiots. They're smart. Ray's agreeing.
They kind of did it. They kind of did the whole, hey, everyone's going to stop talking about it. Nobody's going to be talking about A.J. Brown.
They did it.
I mean, credit to the Dudes on Dudes, man.
We got to get Edelman on the show. We got to fight. We got to make this happen.
As long as it's Edelman.
Wherever he lives, just go start knocking on doors.
Got no shot of getting Gronk.
Well, okay. I wouldn't want Gronk anyways.
It would have to be promotional. You would have to find something that he's promoting, and we got lucky to get him on.
I'm sure
and he would be terrible.
I'm sure there's some pre-workout powder that he's promoting or some protein shake.
All right, so check it out. The minute we get oh, man, he says something about Vrabel.
Dudes on Dudes.
We're going to go through it right now, all right? But coming up, we're also going to do the Jalen Hurts criticism. How much of it is fair? Probably not a lot. How much of it is just the nature of being the quarterback in Philadelphia? A lot of it. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Back from the break. Upgrades done with this Fanatic Sports Update. Second half of the Sixers season starts tonight with the Hawks at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Joel Embiid out tonight with right shin soreness. You can listen to the game live tonight right here on the Fanatic at 7 o'clock. Bob Cooney will join us coming up at 1 o'clock to break down everything going on with the 76ers. Workouts continue down in Clearwater for the Phillies as prepare for their first spring training game on Saturday. Team USA Hockey 1-2-1 yesterday over Sweden. Quinn Hughes with the game winner in that one. NFL Combine starts next week on Monday. We'll get into anything you need to know about the Birds coming from there. And the Union won 5-0 last night in the opening game of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. This update is brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Veststein tires from Tire Rack. Veststein tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Ship fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Ray down in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
Marks, midday brace, midday Raymond Dunn. We are back. Dudes on dudes.
Hang on, could you explain what dudes on dudes are? Because there's a lot
People don't
of
know.
people in the YouTube chat are like, what are they talking about?
Well, there is a fine line.
Fine line.
Yeah. Tell me about
We've been talking about it so much. Actually, thank you.
Yeah.
Dudes on Dudes podcast is Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski. Their podcast at the Super Bowl. How many weeks ago is the Super Bowl now?
Feels like a lifetime ago.
2 weeks
A couple weeks, but the week leading into the Super Bowl at Radio Row, AJ Brown did the Dudes on Dudes podcast. And we were questioning how dumb they were because they didn't put it out there right away. Meanwhile, I'm the dummy, and they're the small. I don't think they're the smart ones, but the producers are the smart ones. Because now we're finished with the conversation. Yesterday, I said it's 80% AJ Brown's coming back.
I need a 20. I come on, man. Is there not a part that they just locked into this, that they just put it out there? It's a,
I don't know.
Nah, I think this was the plan.
this was the plan.
They
Feels
waited
like the
too
plan.
long. Because immediately I'm like, well, what are you waiting for after the Super Bowl? That's dumb.
Well, I backed it up by saying, look, there's nothing that, if you tune into it and watch, there's nothing that screams Radio Row. They had a nice set. It wasn't like
it
your
wasn't
normal.
a Super Bowl. Give me your prediction.
Correct. So, therefore, I thought, like, okay, these guys are getting some A-plus stars. They could just roll it out whenever they want, and that's what they're doing. But you're right. A part of it has to be like, man, they played their cards correct here. They got the flush.
Note the time for this. If I'm willing to say I'm an absolute dummy.
Yeah, that's got to go on the board.
Right. I am. They're smart. I'm not.
This is new for me. I'm taking notes during the show now.
So, Sean, last week you had said that it was yucky.
Yes.
It was 10:08. I actually made note of it. You go, it was yucky.
It was yucky. Yeah.
All right, so we have a cut. Nate's going through the rest of it. Is this the question and the answer? Because he's asked about Vrabel and the Patriots.
This is a nice little sizzler reel getting you ready for this, but it does get into a lot of his thoughts on Vrabel.
So I'm going to stop it, I'm going to stop it and start when needed. But go ahead.
Just remember, we're all Patriots. You know that, right?
Are you going to be a Patriot? Are you going to be a Patriot? Wait,
What's a team meeting like with Vrabel?
it wouldn't be as comfortable.
All right, so
as-
stop it. Didn't he wink at him? Did that happen yet?
Correct.
In the video, he winked at him with the Patriots.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's a winker.
Is the Vrabel stuff worth it? All right, well, just go ahead. Play.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really.
Right, but
it's
A.J.
him talking
Brown.
about Vrabel.
Right, good.
We are right now. Let's start there. But Vrabel is the type of coach, he's going to call on you in the meetings. He's going to make sure that you're staying engaged, and he's going to go over the keys to victory of the week. And you better know him, like, to the back of your hand. I used to write in my notebook, because at the time, I didn't really like Vrabel. I admit that. He knows that. So I used to write, I hate Vrabel, I hate Vrabel, I hate Vrabel, right? But I was doing that.
So, hang on. And so it's notable. Brandon Lee Gowton joined us yesterday. He didn't talk about just the relationship with Jalen Hurts. He talked about the relationship with Nick Sirianni as well, and that could play a part in him not being happy here. And do we forget the last the image of one of the last images I have of the season? Him screaming and yelling at Sirianni, and Sirianni fighting back. All right, go ahead.
Pretend like I was taking notes to look like I was engaged, but because he was so hard on me when I was a rookie and I didn't really understand it. And so it was at the time I told Ray, like, hey, like, I'm humble already. You don't got to humble me. But I really didn't understand what he was trying to push me to be. And another little quick thing, he showed a clip. I ran like a bang gate and I scored and he praised me. And so I was kind of feeling good about myself, right? I'm a rookie. A couple of plays later, he showed me another play with the bang gate and I get tackled. And he's like, what's the difference between the first play and the second play? And he was like, you're tired. That's not going to cut it, you know? And he was like, that same mentality, what you show in the first play, you should do that all the time. That's who you are. When I say he holds every single player accountable from top to bottom, I don't care who it is, that's who he is. And it makes the team come together because nobody's bigger than the team. Nobody's bigger than the program. So you have to respect it.
All right, there you go. A.J. Brown. We are waiting. Now Nate is kind of fishing through because I don't know if are they going to ask him about Jalen being former players and obviously and Edelman's his reputation is he walks right in and is unprepared. And I don't know if Gronk is doing heavy lifting preparing for the interview.
They don't want him preparing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Just let him.
Well, you give him a crayon and a notebook, and he can make a couple of notes. That's about it. So I don't know what he's going to be asked, but Nate's going through it right now, and we will have it as soon as he gets it. All right. What's the prediction? Are we talking about this for the rest of the show? Are we analyzing his answers with Jalen Hurts?
Well, yeah, that's always the case, and we don't know how much digging these guys did. It seems like that they don't want to really go too much further than the surface, right? With all love and respect.
Agreed.
It's Radio Row. AJ's taking time out of his schedule to come over there. He wasn't doing much.
They're not trying to bury him and get him in trouble.
Yeah, I don't. I think. Look, going off of what we learned in the podcast, which was he did over there with Micah Parsons, very calculated, very calm. Agent spoke, hey, look, we don't know what's going to happen, but let's not do anything that might cost us in negotiations, whatever it may be. Let's just handle this like it should be.
Totally agree.
And I think AJ did that, and I would assume he's going to do that here.
I agree. I think he adds a little bit more humor, maybe some self-deprecating, like the past, I wouldn't have had me in fantasy last year. Like nothing that you're going to say, oh, wow, he obviously hates Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I agree with you. I think he handled himself very well in that Micah Parsons podcast. And you can say that it was calculated because when Bryce Harper does calculated stuff, there's certain people that don't like it. AJ does it. It's smart.
Bryce Harper definitely rolled into Clearwater, very calculated, that's for sure. Now, the podcast being released, I thought was rough timing on it, and not on his part. The Bussin' with the Boys, It's like, people were a little bothered by it because it was back to back. Bryce can't do anything about busting with the boys when I don't even know when they recorded
The previous
that
week.
Okay, yeah. So,
It was literally, I think, the day before he left for Clearwater. So he hadn't actually spoken about it until then. It just didn't get released. So the second time he spoke about it was actually in Clearwater, but no one had heard it. So I think he just needed to get it off his chest.
Get it off
I
his
think
chest.
he moves on.
It's all right.
But anyway, we have some other breaking news, Sean Bryce.
More breaking news.
Yes, according to Jeff McClain of the Philadelphia Inquirer, Lane Johnson will return to the Philadelphia Eagles in 2026.
Major.
And that's straight from Lane Johnson.
Great.
So it's not a report. It's
Jeff
from Lane.
McClain saying Lane Johnson told me.
We're getting the band back together, boys.
No surprise.
We got Cam Jurgens getting new whatever.
He's in Columbia.
What a week of
Normally you
offensive
go to
line
Columbia
news.
for other things.
I mean, it depends how long you're there. Sure.
I don't think he was doing that. I'm just
No.
saying.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
country, by the way. Again. For
Yeah,
those that
not
haven't
Columbia,
tapped
South
in.
Carolina.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. And Lane's back. That's a huge deal. You knew Lane. It just didn't feel right, Lane going off like that.
I had said I'd be shocked, and then Ray made me nervous. But my initial instinct was, there's no way he's just retiring. Maybe this year he says this could be my last. See, these players also don't want to say it's my last because then everything is your last game, your last time to Dallas, your last time to the Giants, and some guys maybe want that. For the most part, football players don't.
Yeah. But time out. They do it anyways. Not the players, the media does.
Yeah.
Because LeBron James is going through this.
He's not done.
I was just watching The Last Dance the other day. Man, it's must-see TV. Anytime that's on, I got to stop. I got emotional watching that again.
I bet you did.
Oh, my God. But Jordan, same thing. Every place he stopped. Every place.
Every player.
What are you laughing at, Ray?
I remember, as a young kid, Doc and Kareem were the first players I remembered that got the
How
the
old are
victory
you?
tours.
Jeez.
1987. Well, I was 11 in 1987.
Were you there when Wilt dropped the 100 in Hershey?
I believe it or not,
Did that happen?
I was running the stats with Bill Campbell that day. But you remember it because every city that Doc went to,
Yes.
you would get a gift.
Oh, yeah.
And not Mike Quick getting an empty golf bag from Norman Brayman, the Eagles owner, when he retired.
Who was the first athlete that got that type of treatment? Who got the...
Text line, if you know.
Huh.
Probably a lot of the old timers. But yeah, so Doc would go to every city. So he said going into the year, this is my final year. Kobe pretty much did the same, right? Like we knew in Philly this was his final.
I was at that game.
And I wanted to know that with Kobe.
Yeah.
I actually want I want LeBron to say this is my last year.
Oh, if LeBron doesn't get the send off, then nobody gets
Well,
the
that's what I'm
send off.
saying.
That's it. We stop it.
None of these guys just retire. Football players just say I'm done.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
LeBron,
Quarterbacks, maybe
you
not.
could say whatever you want. I don't give a damn. But ultimately, he is just incredible at what he's still doing. I don't even need to go into it. But if this guy, you have an issue with this guy getting the proper send-off gifts everywhere he goes, then that's it.
And
put an end to it.
I don't know if we broke news on the show the other day, the day Jason was
Tuesday,
in.
yeah.
We broke news. Landon Dickerson's coming back. According to Jim the Cowboy fan, Landon Dickerson is coming back, and he doesn't know where all this talk came from.
Yeah.
No, and by the way, Jim is on he's a flight attendant on their flight.
Yeah.
And he knows Landon.
Okay.
So it's literally the best reporting that we've had of anybody with Landon Dickerson. And I
On
mean
Monday, we found out about Cam Jurgens in Columbia.
Yep.
On Tuesday, Landon Dickerson returned. And on Thursday, Lane Johnson returned.
Correct.
Boom.
So,
Yeah, look, Landon was something from who was the original that said it? Because Mike Garfella followed it up, and that's where it really got legs. Who was the person that put it out there that was
It
like...
was more than what, you're right. Because it wasn't just some rogue report. It was, I've heard the same thing.
But then he's out there posting on Instagram with his wife, and it's like,
It didn't feel like it,
No.
but I can tell you this. Really what probably happened was he's really banged up, and he's been really banged up. Look back at college.
Yeah.
He was injured all the time in Alabama. When the Eagles drafted him, he was playing a torn ACL. But I think with that, it was just Landon being like, damn, man, this is really tough. I don't expect Landon Dickerson to play as long as Lane does. But seems like everybody's going to be back, and hopefully they're healthy. There you go.
All
Right. Lot happened there the last 15 minutes, Raymond.
a lot. And we still haven't even heard what AJ has to say.
Oh, Lord.
Which-
I DM'd Julian Edelman, too, just to let you know. I sent him a clip of our breaking news trying to get him on the show.
Two things here that stick out. One, we didn't get the full clip of him saying we're all Patriots here, right? So that's going to be a talking point in the next hour or so whenever we get that. And two, YouTube chatter, WP3636, notice what I noticed. Just at the end there where he's talking about Vrabel. Nobody's above the team. It could be nothing. It could be nothing. I don't want to be a radio guy that makes too much of a comment and spins it, but I'm going to be a radio guy that makes a little bit too much of a comment and spins it. AJ saying that Vrabel's the type of guy that makes sure that nobody's above the rest of the team?
Yeah, he's talking about the quarterback. I mean, that's the conspiracy. That's the dot.
That's just the listening that I do.
Right.
Dudes on dudes.
Have that nobody is bigger than the team cut saved. All right. Well, just get us what he says about Jay. Like, who knows that these guys are asking him? Like, who knows? With the Bryce Harper podcast, these two nitwits weren't even asked about it.
My goodness.
He literally brought it up. They were talking about food or something and it being elite, and Bryce goes, "Oh, I can't talk about that because I'm not elite." And then one of the guys goes, "Oh, that's right." So because that was like a half hour into the interview.
Are you kidding me?
That's how it started. They didn't say, "So Bryce, listen, Dave Dombrowski, your GM," because they didn't even know who Dave Dombrowski was. They're like,
No.
"So what is he? Is he the GM?"
Dude.
And then Bryce goes, "He's the team president."
Those guys are hammers. Like, they're straight up hammers.
Oh yeah,
And, like, I get it. A lot of people do like them, and they're funny at times. I get it. But, yeah, you said you were listening on the way, and I'm like, nice. Glad to hear that, Johnny. I got the clip over here.
it was really, really good.
I bet it was. In that setting, it's Harper. I probably should listen to it.
He
but
gave you a lot of insights.
those
into
guys are hammers.
free agency. Dude, the owner of the Nationals during a rain delay, the 80-some-year-old owner of the Nationals during a rain delay, called him into his office and handed him an envelope with a contract offer.
Ooh.
Like 2 months before the end of the regular season.
Damn, he spilled all this.
Yep. There was a team that offered him like a $50 million contract for 1 year. The Mets were in. The Dodgers came in late on a shorter-term contract. He said like the Kyle Tucker contract, but that not that much money. So he spilled a lot and it was good. But anyway,
Bryce was good.
yeah, Bryce was really good.
Washington Post doesn't have a sports section, but thankfully Bustin' with the Boys is going to ask the
You're
questions
right.
that matter.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nice pull.
I mean, they didn't even really like ask the questions. He's just like talking. He's just like, oh yeah, and then this and this.
He had a lot to get off his chest.
Yep.
And that elite joke tells you he wanted his get back. He wanted to get it back out there.
He wanted to talk about it.
Right. Now it's over. We
Now
think.
I agree.
Hope.
I agree.
Big.
All right. Speaking of Jalen Hurts, the Jalen Hurts criticism. We started the show with Bryce Harper. Is he overly criticized? Or why isn't he criticized? Joel Embiid. Oh, poor Joel. He's overly criticized. Man, I think if you're looking for somebody that gets a ton of criticism, that you want to say, oh, man, he's overly criticized, it's Jalen Hurts. And I still for the most part, I'm just honest about my emotions and how I feel. And a lot of times when I watch games and I watch him play, I had the same thing I worried about when he was here, when anybody didn't know if he was really the starting quarterback. I don't know if he can throw the ball well enough game in and game out to be your quarterback. And that's with him winning a Super Bowl MVP and being in another Super Bowl. I mean, that's crazy talk. But it's a lot of, by the way, it's how a lot of people feel, and it's not just fans. It's national media. It's national media that reports on what the rest of the people are saying around the league, as in league executives and coaches. It's just teammates. Do we really not believe that? Do we think A.J. Brown thinks Jalen Hurts is a guy that's not above criticism and he's a great quarterback? I mean, geez. Yeah. So it's tough. It's nuanced. It's the most difficult position to play all in sports, in all sports, because of criticism. And I would believe this is the toughest place to play in all the sports as far as being a quarterback in Philadelphia. It ain't like this in New York. If you're the star player for the Yankees or the Mets, as we learned with Juan Soto, you're going to catch it. Where else would you get this type of criticism from the pro football team as a quarterback than Philly? Nowhere else. And Jalen Hurts has handled it amazingly.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has, to the point that people are inventing things to be upset with him. You saw that in Radio Row, he's by himself and all that, whatever it is, what it is. I get it. There are things that are being said behind the scenes here in Philadelphia, but I thought some of that stuff was a little over the top out there when he was out there for the Super Bowl. But I think the question that you asked me, if you could run that back about Joel Embiid to Jalen Hurts, is it what were you saying? Is it fair?
Is it fair? Is the criticism which he gets a large share of? I mean, Jesus, the wide receiver is posting cryptic messages on social media.
I think the criticism of Jalen Hurts is unfair. I am on the unfair character category now. Hand in the air in the bio, I am a Jalen guy, so I have to come up with that obvious take there. But come on, man. We have been begging for a quarterback like this for years, a guy that comes in and performs in the big spots. I don't care if he runs the football 100 times. I don't care if he sneaks the ball 60 times for 1 yard a clip, push his way to a Super Bowl. I don't care. This guy played in this city with everything you just said, backed it up, went to a Super Bowl, outperformed Patrick Mahomes, and then all of a sudden gets back after everything that took place to another Super Bowl and finally wins. I don't care how good that team was. We are over. So many people are way too critical of Jalen Hurts, and it's absolutely unfair. 100%. This guy, we have been begging for a quarterback to come and perform like Jalen Hurts has. Way over the top by some.
I have no arguments with that, Ray. This is the ultimate hedge. It's fair and unfair.
No.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
the
totally
week in and week out stuff is fair.
Yeah.
You watch a bad game. You watch the Chargers game, and I know that's the extreme example. If you don't criticize him the next day because he's a Super Bowl champion, you're weak.
But it's also the big picture, right? Because you're right. And I say this all the time. Like, hey, I got a show to do on Monday. So even if the Eagles are 10-2 and they won the game, I got to be honest. We got a show to do. You deserve to be criticized, win or loss, in football.
The thing that always strikes me is the number of people that aren't just grateful from their couch. We can't be grateful from this booth. Otherwise, it'd be a really stupid show.
Right.
To be honest with you. Like, we open up Monday after that Chargers game, and we're like, or it was Tuesday because it was a Monday night game. Like, Hurts stunk, but man, that Super Bowl about 10 months ago was pretty great, right, boys?
Yep.
All right, so what are we going to talk about today? Let's get rolling on maybe something else that happened in sports. Like, that we can't be grateful from this booth, but the lack of people that I think are grateful from their couch. Everyone's grateful they won a Super Bowl, but I do think the number of people, and maybe I'll open myself up to what Nick said about me earlier today, where I'm talking about the context of the organization. The number of people that said, just get me one before I die, and like, I want a quarterback that just wins.
And I don't care about anything else.
I'll be grateful forever. Like, if we go unjust, again, the word we're going to use here in terms of criticism, the guy won you one, the guy was a star in the other one, and they haven't missed the playoffs since. You lived through and I didn't, but you being the collective fan base you lived through the 90s. You lived through the 80s. Like, you went through some barren Eagles times. Your expectations have risen because this organization has risen, but they have not missed the playoffs with this guy.
Well, for our older listeners that lived through the 60s and the 70s, which were horrible after they won the NFL championship in 60, yeah, they saw a ton of bad football. Yeah, I like how you said that from the couch.
Yep.
It would be like Wawa's a good barometer. The day after a game, you go in and get coffee from Wawa. There's always people are going to be talking about the Eagles.
A girl just complimented me the other day at Wawa.
What'd she say?
She looked good today, sir. It was Monday. I'm like,
really?
Right back at you. Yeah.
How do you stay faithful to your wife? Women throw themselves all over you all the
she
time.
was behind the coffee counter, so if I jumped over, I think it would have been a little burning sensation. Coffee would have been everywhere. But
which Wawa was this?
Over there,
Belmont?
Yeah, Belmont.
Was she a Latina?
It's hard to qualify, but yeah, somewhere in that space, sure. Yeah, very nice woman. And when she said that to me, I said, thank you. I appreciate that.
Is that DeCecco on the line?
Very nice people.
Maybe we'll talk to Andrew DeCecco coming up. We spurred some conversation. I guess I'm as guilty as anybody as having the reactionary criticism of Hurts. But I can look at the big picture and say, listen, there's something there. There's the winning intangible. You know what I always said, Sean? I said that I called him Captain Intangible, and that was not a compliment, that he couldn't throw the ball well enough to really make a difference.
Yeah.
And while part of me still sees that, I mean, he really he has it in the moments he's needed to do it.
Sure.
They didn't win the Super Bowl because they had a great defense and they ran the football.
No, he was putting the ball on the money.
I mean, the defense killed Mahomes, but he was great.
But there were some times he made some big-time throws to A.J. Brown in the breadbasket, to Devontae Smith, where only he can go up and get it, to Dallas. Like, yeah, he made throws. He's going to have to do it a little bit more because he's unable to make the plays that he once was as far as athleticism is concerned. Can he do it? We'll find out. I believe in Jalen, though.
All right, 610-632-0975.
Love it.
Text line, phone line, criticism of Jalen Hurts. Is it over the top or is it totally fair? One of the things I admire the most about Jalen is how he's been able to take the noise of being the quarterback in Philadelphia.
It's loud.
And
it's loud, man.
I don't think it might be the loudest of anything in America. Almost like European soccer stuff. Well, in sports. In sports. Yeah,
Well, yeah. Yeah, good. There you go. That's the caveat.
We will
We're a sports station.
we will get into more of that coming up. Also, so we're debuting a new show, a new game show on the program.
I like that.
It's called It's called Ray and Sean Against the World.
Ooh, I like that. So Ray and I are teaming up?
You're teaming up. The two of these guys are going to try to tackle trivia in order for someone to win Dave Matthews tickets. So check it out. I have 6 questions on the 2025 Philadelphia Phillies. We're going to line up the phone lines right now, 610-632-0975. We'll take 6 callers. These are for Dave Matthews tickets. 610-632-0975. You're going to guess caller number 1. How many correct answers do they get? So they'll get 5 correct. Caller number 2, how many? Until there's no choices that are left. All right? The person with the correct number of correct answers will win the tickets. Make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
And once somebody says, I think they get 5 correct, then you can't pick 5. You have to pick from what's left.
Crystal.
610-632-0975. Dave Matthews tickets. Ray and Sean Against the World. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. We'll have something here? We have technical problems?
Yep, we're still locked up here.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
It's been a day. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Hoping it's tonight down at Xfinity Mobile Arena, and a good one at that. The second half of the Sixers season starts with the Hawks in town. Joel Embiid out with right shin soreness. You can listen to the game tonight right here on 97.5 The Fanatic at 7 o'clock. Joining us from Juan Pattison at 1 o'clock is Bob Cooney to talk about everything going on with the Sixers. Workouts continue down in Clearwater for the Phillies. They prepare for their first spring training game on Saturday. Yesterday, Team USA Hockey won 2-1 with a game winner from Quinn Hughes as they knocked down Sweden. NFL Combine starts next week on Monday. We'll break down everything going on from there with everything going on with the Eagles from there coming up next week. And the Union won 5-0 last night in the opening game of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. This update is brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Bridgestone tires from Tire Rack. Bridgestone tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Ship fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
You don't have to really do anything, but just guess. And we had a couple people drop off during the commercials. So right now, if you call 610-632-0975, if you're the caller that correctly picks the number of correct answers by Ray and Sean, you win tickets to see Dave Matthews. Now, maybe you say, I don't like Dave Matthews. You have some niece somewhere that likes Dave Matthews.
These are good tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hot ticket.
Everybody loves Dave Matthews in the summertime.
How many times have you seen him?
Oh, I think I'm on
count?
show 11.
Really?
I've seen Dave a lot over the years. He's been doing this forever.
I was in high school.
Yeah.
I went to Dave Matthews in high school. That's 30
Under
years ago.
the Table and Dreaming, John Marks was the name of the album that, oh, by the way, I got because of the penny.
Really?
Yes, I got whatever that thing was called. The penny CDs.
Yeah.
Yes, I got that CD from
Was that the ants marching? And,
Yes.
Oh, God.
She wakes up in the morning.
When you go to a concert and that starts playing, all the people go crazy.
Come on, Crash Into Me. Legendary,
Crash
man.
Into me.
Yes.
I'll be nice because, by the way, Dave Matthews is an all-time legend.
My boy Diaz is a monster Dave Matthews band fan.
right.
That's funny.
So right now, and again, you want to win them or you just want to play, pair of tickets to Dave Matthews Band Summer Tour 2026, Friday, July 10th at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. Tickets go on sale for both Friday and Saturday shows this Friday. So tomorrow, 10 a.m., Ticketmaster.com.
Oh, how about this one? What would you say?
That's a good one. That's a little bit more
Upbeat.
Well, that was just one of his first hits.
That was off of Under the Table and Dreaming. Crash Into Me was not, so I got that one wrong. My favorite song is 41. That's also not on.
Don't know that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I saw him at the Man, I believe, once.
Oh, Dave Matthews at the Man?
And then I remember being on the lawn, and it was the last time I was there.
That's pretty good.
Because I was hammered.
Yeah.
And somebody next to me was like, will you shut up? I'm trying to listen. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you are here to listen. I'm not.
Don't be that guy.
I was.
That's good.
I remember I felt bad. I'm like, oh, God. I think I just left.
I can't wait for concert season. Let's go. Got some good ones. Oh, Rufus the Soul, I believe you say. On the Atlantic City Beach, John Marks. Labor Day weekend.
That Atlantic City Beach concert looks awesome.
Tell you what, tickets are pricey, but I'm trying to convince the wife to go to an EDM show.
My wife sent me. You going to take anything before you go?
Wow.
So,
Advil.
So Liz sends me, it would be great to go to see Bruno Mars, and I'm sure the girls would love it too. So my two older would love it. They like Bruno Mars. And I'm like, yeah, like, aren't they really? Like, so I went and I looked on the Game Time app, and it's like, yeah, are we spending $400 a ticket to sit? Not even like great seats.
Dude, that's, if I could say it, it might be worth it.
It might be.
Because he's got my guy Anderson Paak, who is the DJ. He's performing like it is.
Well, and he's also unbelievable live. He's got such stage presence and everything else.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what we're playing. We're playing Ray and Sean Against the World.
Oh,
This is your theme song.
I feel it, baby.
I have 5 plus a bonus, so 6 total 2025 Phillies trivia questions. All right?
2025 Phillies. We're going back in time here,
Well,
Ray.
I mean, you can't go forward in time. You
well,
have to
yeah.
go last
all right.
season.
Okay, yeah. Good call. Good call.
All right. Yeah, we
Just
can't.
everything's wrong or a positive for 2026.
Here's what I'm going to tell the callers, John. I'm going to say, look, because Ray, if this was Sean versus the world, I would go low. I'm telling the callers right now, you got Mr. Trivia over here.
So-
he hosts trivia.
This isn't
True.
back and forth. You guys are a team.
Yes.
You are going to discuss on the air and give your final answer.
I dig it.
All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 callers on the line right now. Out of 6 possible correct answers, Ray in Washington Township, how many are you predicting the guys get? Ray.
We're going with 4.
All right.
4.
Ray's got 4.
He's in there with 4.
All right. Jim in Bluebell. Jim, how many?
I got 3, but now you're making me wish I'd gone higher.
All right.
All right,
We have
3.
3.
Okay.
All right. Mike in Morrisville. Mike.
5.
5 for Mike. John in Manayunk.
Hello, John.
John, how many, buddy?
I trust these guys. I got 6.
Oh, 6. Matt in Manayunk. Matt, how many? Matt, hello. All right, well, he has said 2, and then we're going to go to Mad Mike is playing. He must be a big Dave Matthews fan. Mad Mike, how many?
1, because you're losers.
Mike, only from you.
All
Only
right.
from you. Here
Let's
we go.
get to the questions here.
All right.
All right. Remember,
Ray.
2025 Phillies. Ray and Sean against the world. Which Phillies pitcher tied a franchise record for strikeouts in his Major League Baseball debut?
Ooh, I'm going to go Mick Abel on that one.
Sean, you agree?
Yes.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Mick Abel is correct.
Boom.
6 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, no walks.
Oof. That was a Pirates lineup, if I remember correctly.
Don't remember that.
Ray Dunn out to
Remember-
shoot.
Remember, he did great, and then they were like, yeah, now we can trade him, and they sucked ever since.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
They like his stuff, though, in AAA over there in Minnesota. Don't
1
worry.
for 1. I think he was the International League Pitcher of the Year.
Feel fact, I like it.
How about
All right.
that?
All right. 1 for 1.
Nick was able.
Question number 2. Against what team did the Phillies clinch the 2025 NL East title?
This is a good one.
Sean is thinking, he's putting his head down, trying to go back in time.
It was at Citizens Bank Park.
Yep. In September?
It
No,
was-
it was not at Citizens Bank Park. It
was-
was in LA. It was against the Dodgers.
It was the earliest we've ever clinched in franchise history.
It was in LA against the Dodgers. I thought
It was
late
the
that
first team that clinched the division, too. The Phillies were first team.
Ray Dunn, you
night.
pulling
I'm telling you, they were in LA because they did the whole storyline of they were going to go back there. Now, give me Dodgers. That's our final answer.
Did somebody put money in the rafters and we were coming back to get it like Ty Lue? I like the Dodgers.
Final answer is correct.
Oh, Ray
6
the
to
hell with you,
5.
Mad Mike. You don't get to see Dave Matthews.
6 to 5 in 10 innings.
Nice work, Ray.
They needed extras to do it. All right. Bonus question off of that. Who recorded the save to clinch?
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Wasn't Duran because Duran blew it that night. Man, I really want it to be David Robertson.
Sean, you could help at any time.
I really want it to be Robertson here.
Out there in L.A., would it be Romano or was he hurt?
No. At that point, he was Phantom IL, I think. I think at that point, they were like, yeah, let's just make sure he gets to the end here.
How about Alvarado?
He was.
I would remember the redemption
was he
arc.
back? I don't even know.
Oh, no, yeah, right. Good call. Nope. 0 for 2 there.
All right. I need an answer.
Why not go Jordan Romano?
No. I'm not throwing the Romano out there. If we're wrong, I'll buy you lunch if it's Romano.
All right, what's your guess?
I'll go with Robertson.
David Robertson, final answer?
Final answer.
Correct.
Oh, Ray Dunn!
He actually he worked out of some trouble. He had runners on the corners. With an
It
out.
felt like a fire drill for him.
And there was a swing that was clearly a swing that would have been a strike 3, and the game would have been over, and it was called a ball or
Classic
didn't go.
Dodger Stadium.
Yep.
I'm trying to make it work out for LA.
Oh, by the way, for the people scoring at home, if I was by myself, I'd be 0 for 3. 0 for 3 right now, so just so everybody knows.
That's why we included Ray.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Sean Ray versus the world, all right? We're in this together.
There may be, and I put emphasis on may, be an answer that you need Sean for.
Okay.
Yes. 3 for 3. Question number 3, but for point number 4. The Phillies had how many pitchers who finished with Cy Young, at least one Cy Young vote? The Phillies in 2025 had how many pitchers finish with a Cy Young, at least one vote?
Sanchez, Wheeler.
Correct. Those are 2.
Nola didn't.
No.
Sorry, that was a
Taiwan Walker?
Did not.
Oh. Beantown. Boston. Ranger.
You think Ranger? You want to go with 3 and be careful with that? Lizardo or Ranger, one of them got one?
I like 3.
3?
There were people making the case.
All right. Town ballot voting. Yeah, let's go with 3.
Final answer?
Final answer.
4 for 4. Correct.
That good. See, that's why we got Sean Brace here.
Let's
Needed
go.
that.
That was it. So Sean just voted Lizardo one of the hottest pitchers on the team.
Dude, there's a picture on the timeline. He is definitely calendar material. Dudes on dudes. Just saying.
Which month?
Oh, we got
August?
to kick things off. We got to sell this bad boy. So January.
Really?
Oh, he is.
Oh, you got to get Bryce in January.
No, Jesus Luzardo is the best looking Philly on the team.
Sanchez was unanimous second in Cy Young. Got all 30 second place votes. Luzardo got a 4th and a
Wow.
and a
How
5th.
about that?
And then Wheeler got 1 vote, a 5th place vote.
Huh.
I was wondering
Respect
if you would get tripped up on Duran.
Oh no!
But it's a reliever.
Yeah, reliever, not long enough in the
All
league.
right, so John from Manayunk said 6 for 6. Right now they're 4 for 4.
Hello.
So Mike and Ray are still in it. All right, next one. Max Kepler had the lowest batting average among regulars with a .216 batting average. Among Phillies players with at least 400 at-bats, who had the second lowest batting average on the team in 2025?
400 at bat.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Max Kepler batted .216. This player had the second lowest batting average again with Phillies players with at least 400 at-bats.
All right, so immediately it's throwing me off because I'm thinking of part-time players.
Right.
And it's not.
It's not? Well, who's a part-time player that got a ton of run?
Well, I mean, if you're talking platoon player, but it's stuff like it's not a part-time player.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
platoon player. Is it a platoon player? Well, he's not going to.
I'm not.
He
Yeah,
was a platoon guy by the end, wasn't he? I mean,
Who?
Casty, one that comes to mind.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh,
Bad rant.
should have made the bed longer.
So,
Sure.
what about somebody that we know struggles at the dish?
Stotty?
Rojas?
Or did Rojas get 400?
That's my guess. Yeah, I was thinking, did he get the 400?
That's a lot of the season.
Give me your thoughts. What do you got? Give me an answer. Who?
Casty feels like the low-hanging fruit. That feels like the one that we should be answering here, and it's going to be like, oh, wow, look at these guys taking a shot at Casty on his way out.
I kind of dig it.
All right, you know what? To hell with it. Why not? Let's go for Casty.
Casty.
Guys, you're not going to go 6 for 6.
Oh,
Incorrect.
No. Oh, no.
Another guess? You didn't even sniff his name.
Was Sosa?
Kyle Schwarber batted .240 last season.
Wow.
What?
Nah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That checks out.
He hit
He led
56 bombs,
the
though.
league in RBIs and had 56 bombs.
Yeah.
And a high on base production. All right, so listen, this is coming down to Mike in Morrisville or Ray in Washington Township. With the final question. The Phillies won one game in their series against the Dodgers. What pitcher picked up that win?
Ooh.
The Phillies had one win against the Dodgers in the playoffs.
That took place in L.A.
What pitcher picked up the win in the game?
Nola got the start.
Nola got the start in that game?
Yeah, remember it was the where's the trap? Where's the trap? You talk through this one.
All right.
What's
so
the reasoning behind
Nola
that?
gets to start. They were down 0-2 in that series.
What's the reasoning behind that?
Thank you.
Well,
yeah.
and the better drop is Vic Fangio was all like, yeah, Phillies are great. Like, oh, did you hear Nola starting? He's like, huh?
What about Nola?
he gave a Bernie answer. Huh? Yeah, he goes, what about Nola? No, he goes, what about Nola? And they go, well, he's starting. He goes, what? And what did he say? He is?
Yeah.
Huh?
Be a quick hook. He was right. There was a quick hook. That's
But he
good.
was good in those 2 innings,
He
right?
was. There was an argument to be made that he should have continued pitching because then Ranger comes in. Ranger gives up the homer.
All right, Sean.
Man.
These are Dave Matthews tickets. This is coming down.
I know.
Yeah. All right,
Don't
so
be cheating.
I'm not cheating. Again, this is somebody from the bullpen, obviously.
Right.
Okay. Did they do anything extra? Did they throw a starter in there to close us out, or was it just straight up?
For some reason, I feel like Taiwan closed it out.
Interesting.
No, Taiwan. No, it was Bueller. They went because Taiwan didn't get into the game because Taiwan. We did the whole another season where he's around, but he's not around. Or no, did he get in that game? Oh my God! Now I'm.
This is all you.
Yeah.
Because I got nothing.
They took the lead early in that game. I think I'm going to go Ranger with this. I think if Ranger picks up the win for game 3.
They went to Ranger in game 3, really, on the
because
road.
they could have
He
went to him in the
piggybacked.
bullpen. They could have went to him in the bullpen early on. They saved him, and they go Nola early. Then they go Ranger in game 3. I'm going with Ranger. I'm going to end up kicking myself because I think there's a starter that comes in late, like you said, that picks up the win, but I'm not sure who it is.
I like Ranger.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Ranger Suarez picked up the win. That means Mike and Marshall, you win. Congratulations, Mikey.
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Mike, you a Dave Matthews Band fan, or you just like playing contests?
I'm a fan. I was there about 20 years ago, but I don't remember too much about it.
All right, man.
Let's go.
Thanks so much for listening and playing. There you go.
Very cool.
Pitched 5 innings.
Great
Ranger
game.
Suarez.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Handed it off.
Who was the one that came in the 8th and the 9th? Was it Taiwan?
I
have the
will.
box score in
I
front of
will.
you?
I don't, but I did.
That's crazy. Great pull by you, Ray. I knew riding with you on that one.
Dodgers, Phillies.
Ray's got more brain cells than I ever had in my
Well,
life.
that's why. I mean, listen, we're you guys are a team.
Yes, that's true. Yeah,
You know?
we needed that.
You guys are a team.
I'm
It
trying to
was
pull.
Taiwan. So they had to pull Taiwan and bring in Tanner. Yeah, Kirkering, Taiwan, Tanner Banks.
Wow.
There you go.
How about that?
Good pull.
They
I
dialed
mean,
it all in Clayton Kershaw.
I would have got the one if you asked, like, who was the relief pitcher that didn't throw it over the first base. I would have got that one right. Yeah, you know.
What was it was the catcher, not first base.
Meanwhile.
Good club.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man! All right, congratulations. So, by the way, so Nate's back there going through the entire Dudes on Dudes podcast. I don't think they asked him about the Eagles or Jalen Hurts or anything.
Which, good thing they waited to put it out because there's nothing pertinent in it.
So, by the way,
So it's just a wink and that's it?
so I'm not a dummy. They're the dummies.
Yeah.
For not asking them.
You know darn well that.
They're not Kaiser Soze. They're dumb.
So there was no mention of anything Philadelphia Eagles?
Nate had, I don't know, a couple minutes left, and they had not asked him about the situation in Philadelphia at all. Which, by the way,
It's not what they do.
I know, I understand that, right? But you're two meathead athletes. Yes, I mean, the audience is tuning in. If you want people to tune into your podcast, it better be really entertaining if you're not going to ask about anything involving the player.
Not that podcast.
I guess Sean, you're right.
Not Dudes on Dudes. Now, I did just DM him, so if he hits us back, I will absolutely say I love the podcast to him, just so everybody knows following at home.
Hey,
But
Julian, let's get you on the talk about A.J. Brown, who you didn't ask anything about that we care about, you idiot.
oh, man. Yeah,
Julian,
that's.
did you have a conversation off the air with AJ
Ooh.
that you'd be willing to share with
There
us?
you go.
Oh,
About-
yeah, so would he spill the beans without realizing what he's doing?
A New England home that he could be purchasing. Now I'm just throwing stuff out there just to get Edelman in trouble. But
There you go. All right.
Not to say that I don't like those guys, but you could not pay me.
I don't
to
like-
listen to the podcast.
I don't like those guys. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, Gronk is Gronk. Edelman is whatever.
Dude, when Gronk puts a sentence together, it's almost like we need to celebrate it. Like when he's on the pregame show and he's like, well, I think the Giants look really good on the defensive side of the ball. They got two defensive tackles that are really good off the quarterback. It's almost like everybody in the studio should just, yeah, nailed
He
it.
got a sentence out.
Nailed it. Like, and this guy's hosting a podcast?
So I don't watch any of the pre-games or the post-games for the most part.
He's brutal.
I'm not watching five. I have no interest. I'm waiting for the games to start, and that's when I'm putting on TV.
Really? Nothing
Yeah.
pregame gets you
Nah.
all in the mood?
Nope.
Nothing fantasy related? No gambling related? Nothing.
Nope.
Okay.
No interest.
I'm a fantasy guy before, like right up into kickoff.
Well, I just look on.
Yeah. I got the computer and
I go to Pro Football Talk, and it tells you all the inactives.
ESPN has a good fantasy show. Who's ever doing a fantasy show, I'm watching.
Okay.
I love
all right.
DFS.
No, I just it's not. I'm doing stuff. I'm trying to get everything done by the time the games start.
Gotcha.
But when I have tuned in to Gronk, I almost feel bad for him because his role is obvious. He's an idiot, and he plays into it.
So is Bradshaw.
He shouldn't be on the air anymore, Bradshaw.
Yeah.
No, you're right. He's the new Bradshaw, but he's the new Bradshaw.
I think they got a new Bradshaw, and it's Jameis. Jameis, is he retired or is he coming back?
If he-
someone's going to give him a job, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
But
think.
he's
Chief Vibes Officer.
empty check. Blank check.
Yeah, he's good.
Somebody's going to give him. I mean, he's wearing the hat or whatever, the fake wig, acting like Bradshaw. Yeah, he's funny.
All right. Well, there you go. So we get nothing from the Dudes on Dudes podcast after I called them Kaiser Soze.
Dudes on dudes.
The one thing we got was a edited clip where he winks at the guys when it's talking about, are you going to be a Patriot? Which you can't read into anything. Do you think he said, listen, bro, don't ask me about Jalen? Don't ask me about the Eagles?
I'm sure the handlers did.
Because if they ask that, these guys aren't going to say no because they don't care. Right?
Right.
What do they care?
They've been in this position before, though, from a player perspective.
But also, Parsons had no problem asking. Like, for him, Parsons went right after
That's
it.
why Micah Parsons is
got a
actually
future.
a decent listen for some. Again, I'm not that guy. It's not me. But he puts it out there. He does the work. He goes live, it feels like, all the time.
Yep. No, I agree with you.
The auditorium was filled up on a Friday night at Super Bowl weekend to go see him.
No, I agree with you.
Crazy.
Unless you're a Patriot fan, what do you want a Dudes on Dudes podcast?
It's a great name.
Do you think that some people see that and they're like, oh, this is what I'm looking for, and then they're like, oh, this is football.
Hey, man, number one show right now in America is Heated Rivalry, actually taking over the world.
Yeah, my wife was like, I don't really want to watch it, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that.
My wife is still obsessed with it, still to this day. She ordered a T-shirt. She got one of those Boston Raiders T-shirts.
Nice.
Yeah, she's a freak.
All right,
Loves that show.
All right, Ray. Well, there you go. There you have
Oh,
it.
you're looking at me. I don't.
Heated Rivalry.
What's the text about Sean?
And this is something I wondered about Sean as well.
What's
Ryan
that?
in Florida. Why do none of Sean's friends have normal names?
Because Sean isn't that far off of being Gronk or Edelman.
Yes.
But he just doesn't have the athletic ability.
Correct. Or the bank account.
That's for sure. Yeah. Give me 5 friends' names that you hang out the most.
Beef. You could throw Porch in there. I mentioned Bert earlier. That's not his real name either. Yeah, I mean, we're just idiots. We're all idiots.
You met these guys in church? And
Actually, Wheels. I was hanging out with a dude by the name of Wheels last night.
Chris Wheeler?
Wheels McClay. He supposedly ran a fast 100 back in the day.
Wheels. Clay. What, it's the movie? From the 50s? No. Oh, yeah, Wheels McClay, see?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Yeah. They're all good dudes, man. All good dudes.
I remember Porch.
Yes, Porch. He's still listening. He's still checking in.
Yeah.
Good dude. He's probably listening right now. I think he's a teacher.
So Sean, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised, Sean went to the Palestra last night for the semis of the Catholic League, which I've never done it, and it's an experience.
Yes, it was.
For sure. And we almost don't have enough time to talk about it. But, like, you were, like, and a bunch of people that I know on their Instagram stories were down there last night. Like, Violations Greg was down there. He's a Catholic League guy, though. Our buddy Bobby Bachman was down there with his son. And it's a raw. You would think that it's for the national championship of the world.
Yeah, you would think the championship, but then some are saying it's a better ticket because you get two games instead of one. One is championships on Sunday, but 9,000 sold out. Father Judge team, man, like out of the 4 teams that played last night, and Judge was down 19-3 to start the game. By far, for my money, they had the best team out of the 4.
Did you live bet it or?
I was trying to. There was action in my section. There were definitely people talking about spreads and totals and all of that. I was cracking up with it, but ultimately Judge was the underdog, and I thought that was a bad line. I called it from the jump, although they went down 19-3. John, that team is awesome. They were fun to watch. They moved the ball. They got good guards.
So Judge beat who?
Judge beat
Newman Reddy?
No, Wood.
Oh, Archbishop Wood.
Yes, correct. And Wood was the overall 1 seed. And they pulled it out at the end, but it was a good game all the way through. As I said, down 19-3. The kid that's going to Temple, Ray.
That's right.
How
right.
about that?
He looks fantastic. Derek Morton Rivera. Looked great Friday night against Roman. From what I hear, looked great again.
Kid didn't miss, Johnny. Reminded me of Rondo, but with a better touch. Apparently, he's one of the better shooters in the state. Credible. So that was the first game. And I was trading texts with Ray and everybody, obviously going through the Temple love there. That's going to be a huge get next year on Broad Street. And then to the nightcap, which came down to a little bit of a controversial call, with 33 seconds left. The junior, I forget his name, Corey, I'm drawing a blank. Do you know his name now? He's a stud from Bonner. He gets the turnover. They're down by 3, 30 seconds left. They're taking on Newman Goretti. He goes. Goretti's kid comes over, slides, gets called for the charge.
And there's a video out there.
Yeah.
That way, because it's an N1, too. They're down 3. It's an N1.
With 30 seconds to go.
And it's not a charge, dude. He was moving.
The place erupted.
So my buddy Ed Tell, Razor Bar's a Bonner grad.
Sure.
And I sent him the video, and he's going nuts.
Yeah, that was a tough call to make. I don't think you make that call. If you have to call something, you call.
That didn't look like a charge.
A block.
Yeah,
give him the N1, and let's see what happens. And that's unfortunate because then if he hits the free throw, it would have been a tie game with 30 seconds to go.
How about that?
A couple timeouts apiece. Yeah, it was electric. 9,000 sold out. You know the history. Dude, this is not year 99 for the Palestra. Year 99. I mean, the cathedral. Think about the greats that went through there. Kobe, LeBron. I remember watching LeBron in North Carolina on ESPN, the game that he played.
Man.
St. Vincent St. Mary's at the Palestra.
I do, too. I remember that 1928 Penn team. Man, they don't make them like they used to.
Coming up at 1 o'clock, we've got the guy that wrote the sidebar on that team.
Hey, Bob Cooney. There you go. And by the way, so I saw on Sean's Instagram story, not really surprised.
What?
Well, I figured you're working today. They want to get home, the family, the wife, the kids, and everything else after the game.
Yeah.
He's slugging down a Guinness after the game. New Deck Tavern.
Had to go to New Deck. Oh, and I wasn't the only one that was at the Palestra that made their way over. It was packed.
I bet.
Apparently, they canceled Quizzo that night.
Smart move.
Yep. And also, Palestra opened in 27. New Deck Tavern opened in 1933. So think about that. People have been doing this for decades, doing exactly what we did last night. Palestra to New Deck, bellying up with Cherry Oak Bar in front of you. Ice cold Guinness.
I know. They rode a horse over there in 1933.
The New Deck used to have the peanuts, though, and apparently they got rid of the peanuts.
Really?
Yeah, because I guess the mice were having a field day with them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like a buffet is what the bartender told me.
Well, probably a smart move.
Because I thought it was COVID related.
In that part of the city, there's nothing you can do other than have poison all over the place. So you
think about that. All those peanuts there for the taking. I bet you those mice loved it.
All right, coming up, News at Noon featuring Kevin Durant responds to the whole tweet thing. Jason McIntyre and Mick Cronin. Why are college basketball coaches so freaking angry and miserable?
It's February, man.
Unbelievable.
Everyone's mad.
That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers return tonight. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The second half of the Sixers season starts tonight with the Hawks at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Joel Embiid is out with right shin soreness. You can listen to the game right here at 7 o'clock. Bob Cooney, Yvonne Patterson will join us at 1 o'clock to talk about the Sixers. Workouts continue down in Clearwater. Phillies got the first spring training game on Saturday. Team USA Hockey won 2-1 with a Quinn Hughes game winner over Sweden. NFL Combine starts next week, that next Monday. And the Union won 5-0 last night in the opening game of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. This update's brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Vesterstein tires from Tire Rack. Vesterstein tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Ship free and fast with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Ray Dunn with your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Before we get to the news at noon, Ray, yesterday we announced this. Maybe I should have done it at the beginning of the week, and I'm off next week.
You are
Disney.
Oh,
Well, that's a different conversation. Let's not waste it. We'll talk about that today.
How long are you off for?
All week.
What?
It's one of these vacations that was booked before I took this job.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's all right. I assume Ray's sliding into that chair? It's your show.
Yeah.
I'm
It's gonna be-
assuming.
Well,
yeah.
it's your show.
Why? I mean, that's always what we want.
Yeah.
Is Ray coming in? So I just assume that's what.
It's what the world wants, John.
You're right. Especially the elderly women that love Ray.
Everybody loves Ray.
That 35-year-old last week.
All the grandmoms.
Decade difference.
Really?
How'd it go?
She found out I was 25. That was real killer to the whole operation.
About that.
You do come off a little older as a 25-year-old.
So that's why I'm considering shaving the beard. This is another segment that we're going to blow here. That
Or lie about your age.
Yeah, you don't want to start a
there's too
relationship.
much out there.
by
Well, all right,
lying.
relationships a little much.
I mean,
Let's
you don't
calm
want
down.
to.
Well, that's
you
what
don't
I'm
know,
saying. If
You
you-
have no idea where it's going. You can't start off with a lie.
No, you're right. And then you fall in love, and then you're not expecting to, but then you're actually like, I really like this person.
Yeah.
And then you lie, and now you have to pretend you're 30 for the rest of your life.
Then you get married and you have 2 kids.
And then
I
you
am
say, by the way, I'm 5 years younger than I told you. After you're married for 5 years.
Which honestly is a win in that case
I
because
was
that's
gonna
5
say,
more years.
She might sign off on that. That
Yeah.
might not be a bad deal.
No, I'm having a problem.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks I'm 30.
Yeah. Don't shave the beard. You're fine. You're fine. Shave it if you want to.
Might.
All right. Shave it. All right. Anyway, so I put this challenge out there to people because this week we have the Dave Matthews tickets.
Yep.
Which we have a bunch. We still have more to give away. Which we'll do, I guess, tomorrow or even today. We also, I always have 76ers tickets as well. So while we don't have anything right now to give away, actually, I think maybe Petrilli said we did.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm looking for I'm a big fan of parody songs with everything, right? So for our regular guests, like Jeff Mosher, or regular segments like the News at Noon, coming up with parody songs as the intro to me or an intro for a guest is a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So we have our regular intro to News at Noon, but I was asking for parody intros. And it could be as simple as you texting the text board, 610-632-0975, with you just singing it on your phone and then sending it. Like yesterday, I did the Cisco Thong parody to Ray. Do you have it, Ray? All right, let's hit it. Go ahead. News at Noon with Ray Dunn.
Chip.
News at noon with Dunn.
All right. And then you go right into it.
That's good. That's
So
really good.
We asked the text board to do it, and we had a bunch of different. And do we have any of them, or are we going to judge everything tomorrow?
Judge everything tomorrow.
right,
Clean slate. Don't want to give anyone an advantage.
So get it in, email, text line, just text an audio message to us at 610-632-0975. The best one tomorrow wins either Dave tickets or Sixers tickets. In fact, we'll give out multiple. How about that?
I love it.
Love it.
All right, so get them in. News at Noon with Ray Dunn, Ray.
All right, let's get to the news at noon. Let's start with Kevin Durant. And I apologize for the practice audio. You can hear the balls bouncing in the background. You can hear the the sneakers squeaking in the background.
Love that.
Yep.
Of Kevin Durant at practice. Welcome back from the All-Star break. How was your last 48 hours? Probably pretty crappy. We're going to ask you about this burner, and we're going to ask you what exactly you were doing. Kevin Durant, for the first time in his life, doesn't want to talk about Twitter.
There was allegations over the All-Star that you used a burner account. The handle for the burner was @GetHigher77. Is that your account? Did you send a message into that?
I know you got to ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense. I'm just here to focus on the season, keep it pushing. But I know I get you got to answer those questions.
Kevin Durant, not interested in talking about Twitter for the first time.
I mean, listen, I totally agree with him that Twitter nonsense, because he never has any interest in the Twitter nonsense. That's not his style.
He didn't even deny it.
He sure didn't.
Damn. It was him.
He didn't deny it before, too. He admitted it. This time, at least, he's not admitting it.
There's so
But we
much.
know.
There's so much there, and I know it was even longer than what we even discussed. I think on Monday, right? But my goodness, man, I don't know. He's ripping on his teammates. At the end of the day, he produces. He is one of the better players that they have.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah,
I
you don't do it.
I mean, but still, maybe everybody already knows this by now, but Like,
Can you trust him?
Pretty much you know what you're getting with him, which is he's talking crap behind your back.
Yeah. Talked about everybody in those texts/tweets. We need to find out how those got released. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, what's the backstory on that? Did they
We
know?
have not figured out who leaked them.
I'm sure he has suspects.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Definitely. He definitely has some suspects. Like I said, there was this dude, Eddie Gonzalez. Is that his name?
Eddie Gonzalez.
I don't want to throw out. That is his name. It's Eddie Gonzalez. It's Bansky on socials. He was doing stuff with him. Hasn't tweeted in a little while, so I guess that's...
He's a suspect?
He is definitely a suspect.
So it's not teammates. He's texting with dudes. Not dudes on dudes.
No.
But with dudes.
With dudes, yeah.
And one of the dudes decided to leak it.
It's very, very wrong.
That's the thing of this whole thing. Like the burner account, all right, whatever. Leaking the group chat.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
A little much.
Yeah, that ain't right.
That's ridiculous.
You know?
Don't do that.
Everyone's had a day. Now, we can't defend some of the things he said, but like everyone's had a day when you have a rough day and throw a text to the group chat.
You got to watch those group chats, man. You want to believe that you trust everybody and you like everybody in the group chat, but all it takes is one dude to get upset, and next thing you know, something could get used against you. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Got to be careful.
Moving
Word
on
to the
here
wise.
to the herd with Colin Cowherd, but not Colin. Finally, we're not going after Colin here. We're going after Jason McIntyre because they're talking about Mike Evans, and he might be motivated to chase a Super Bowl, but not for the reasons that McIntyre put out there.
Obviously, last season, had some injuries, only played 8 games. So some people are going to be like, well, I don't know if I want Mike Evans. Listen, that he's going to be motivated to chase a Super Bowl. Hasn't sniffed one in Tampa.
Wait, what?
Oh, Jason McIntyre.
Hasn't sniffed one.
Yeah,
in
Mike
Tampa.
Evans is going to be searching for that Super Bowl because, he's never won a Super Bowl. He's never sniffed a Super Bowl in Tampa, except when Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with Mike Evans, which he forgot.
Yeah, that's. I don't know why. And he was so passionate about it too. Like he never sniffed one in Tampa. He
misspoke.
Yeah,
Not
and it
that
happens.
he misspoke. He was just wrong.
And it happens, and I get it. But you bring it on to yourself when you're never wrong about anything, and that's.
Well, he's a weasel.
It also, it has that kind of Ron Burgundy, anything on that teleprompter he'll read. Like, how much do I have, like, a producer that, like...
Who, McIntyre? They're like, Cowherd's reading off a prompter. McIntyre's not. I don't think so, at least.
I mean, yeah, it's tough for me just to forget the Tom Brady title in Tampa. Like,
I have a McIntyre story. Did I ever tell it on the air and history? So McIntyre used to live in Bucks County.
Yep.
He started the website, The Big Lead.
The Big
he
Lead.
sold it. Made a lot of money off the website. But he used to listen. He used to toggle between Francesa and New York because you can get the AM fan up in Bucks County. You can actually get it down here. And he listened to Mike. And I was Mike's producer at the time. So he used to email me because he hated Mike. Hated him. And Mike said something. And I don't even remember what it was. I don't even remember if it was that offensive. He asked me to send him the audio so he could post it. And I'm like, Jason, you're asking me to send the audio to you of something that could potentially get my host, make him look stupid or get him in trouble or whatever. And I'm like, no. But he used to actually put stories up on the Big League. This was the day where now you don't need those blogs' help to get that. Now with video and Twitter and everything else. Back then, I used to get stories. Mike would do an interview and we would get a story up there. This person said this and Jason would put it up.
Yeah.
And that was the last time I talked to him. Because when I told him I'm not sending you the audio, and I tried to be like, well, I can't send you the audio. He would never email me back again. That was the last time I talked to him.
He's a big deal over there at Fox.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, big screen, Colin. There's Jason right there.
That's it. Yeah,
he's wormed his way up to working with Colin.
Oh, always. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I agree.
All right, last one for you. Angry college basketball coaches. This the season. And this is from Tuesday night. Late night, though. Too late for yesterday's edition. Because, UCLA playing right now. Actually, they were playing at Michigan State. And Mick Cronin was asked about the Michigan State student section and what he thought of it. He doesn't care. And he's going to let you know that he doesn't care by telling you a lot about how little he cares.
What was your thoughts in the student section chanting Booker's name?
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section.
I just meant overall the way that you...
I would like to give you a kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
All right, take it.
Did you like you should take it.
The preparation of
Do you really think I care about the other
No,
team
I don't.
student
I don't
section?
think you care about the other.
Are you raising your voice at me?
No, I'm just.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Come on, dude.
No reason.
Come on. Yes, you are. Everybody's standing here listening to you. Everybody. This is on camera. They can hear you. I answered the question. I could give a rat's ass about the other team student section. I coach UCLA. I don't care about Michigan State students. I mean, who cares?
Yeah, the initial answer was not necessary, but like he said it. But then he's raising your voice at me.
Yeah, that's
Like, no, you actually you're making him nervous because you're going after him. I didn't want to fight with Mick Cronin.
Mick Cronin is
the worst.
Yeah, and if that reporter would have throat punched him, I would have donated to his GoFundMe if he started one to get out of jail. You're not gonna. You raising your voice at me? That's some serious restraint. And I get it, man. You gotta sometimes walk away, especially when you get in those situations. But man, that would have sent me. Like, no, dude. Sorry, coach. I'm not raising my voice at you. No, we're just having a conversation.
But in the moment, you're not expecting him to. Even if it is a stupid question, you don't have to. You don't have to do that.
That's why I couldn't do that stuff.
These basketball coaches are so angry.
No way could I do that.
So mad. It's that time of year. You lose a big game. March could be in jeopardy. You could be one step away from search season.
He's an idiot. He did something in that game, too. He threw his own player out after a flagrant. He didn't even get ejected. He literally threw out his own player. He's an idiot.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that player was formerly a Michigan State student that ended up at San Diego, ended up working his way to UCLA. Like, that was a big moment for that player, if I remember the story correct of that. So he just threw him out like, oh, yeah, you're done here.
Who does that?
Mick Cronin.
Mick Cronin, yeah.
And then Izzo had the line of the night. Did you see what he said? He said, I guess he upgraded that into a flagrant 2. First time I saw a coach do that. Talking about Mick Cronin. Look, Cronin's a good coach. I know it, but, man, get out of here with that nonsense. Throat punch.
Because the NBA coaches don't get this crazy. College basketball coaches are the nuttiest of, and maybe hockey coaches are on the same level.
Yes. And my take on this remains the same. You would be the same if your livelihood depended on 18 to 22-year-olds acting consistently.
That's a fair point.
Well,
it's fair. I look at myself as a 25-year-old. I don't act consistently day to day.
But you know what?
Think about me 5 years ago.
Are you giving me that Jerome Tang contract? Because if you're giving me that, then I'm
pissed.
I'll sign up.
I'm still surprised they fired him for cause.
I'm pissed.
How do you not fire Mick Cronin for cause if that's the bar
wins.
we're setting? Yeah.
Well,
You're
because
right.
what was their record?
They
Kansas
lost
State?
like 10 of 11.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
stink.
Yeah.
You're right
like, all
about
right, and we don't have to pay him out because we're going to fire him for cause, and he'll end up getting something.
Well, the new take that's coming out after this from Rothstein that I saw was that the West teams in the Big Ten are never going to win the Big Ten regular season because the travel's so brutal.
Yeah,
they can't possibly win.
And that's your hero, John Rothstein?
That's just John Rothstein putting that out
This
there. I'm
is
just
March.
saying that.
You know what? I did yell about this last night. Real quick. Speaking of travel, are you kidding me with the 49ers? What the NFL is doing to them next year? Australia and then playing a game in Mexico City? What are we doing, guys?
Hate to see it.
What are we doing? All right, look, come on. Like, the NFL is too big to fail. I get it. And if these numbers continue to climb, there's only 31 people to blame. It's the owners. I get it. But come on, man. Sending these teams, it doesn't have the same feel. From a viewership standpoint, when you watch a game in Mexico City or Australia, it's not the same thing as watching a game, albeit in Santa Clara, but it's still not the same. And it takes away from the viewing perspective.
Your problem is you as a fan, you don't like seeing the games there.
Dude, the NFL is operating like they're Amazon. They think they're too big to fail. Eventually, something is going to catch up. I don't know when, but this is stupid. You're sending who cares? Enter whatever name you want, whatever team you want, to Australia, and then a home game in Mexico City in the same damn year?
The home game in Mexico City might be less than flying east. In fact, it is less than flying east. Right? I can't imagine that it's that far of a flight. Yeah, there is an altitude problem.
Oh yeah, because going to Denver, it's so nice.
I'm saying, could you imagine if they said, all right, Eagles fans, which, oh, by the way, we could be playing in that Mexico City game, I believe. That is a possibility.
Sure.
This year? Honestly,
I thought Zach Berman's
there
been
is
all
a
over.
chance they're going Mexico City. I remember that because.
But not Australia.
No Australia.
I would love to go to Mexico City to see the Eagles and
you personally.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
But keep the games in the country, please.
they're not going to do that, and every team is going to play an international game every year.
All right, one is fine.
And I have no problem with it.
One is fine.
Two, where he draws the line.
Well, it's kind of like the Jags. Their home away from home is in London.
They're moving to London. We know that's coming.
I see London. I see France.
It's absurd.
I kind of love it. I want to see the 49ers have a terrible season.
Me too. I love it.
You wait. The Eagles in 2030 are going to be opened up in Brazil. They're going to be playing in Toronto. They're going to go down to Chile.
I'm in Toronto. You kidding me?
That'd be fun.
That Philly sports trips?
That's what I'm saying.
Madrid.
Yeah.
Russia. Bangladesh. Where do we draw the line? Afghanistan?
But I mean, listen, I thought there was one in Kabul.
It's like ridiculous.
Right? The Taliban, they're big fans of the Eagles.
And do these owners not have enough money? 31 of them. They're bajillionaires.
By the way, Afghanistan, good weather during that time of year. You could do it like a November, December game and get good weather.
You got to dial up the sod father,
And
get him back
Kabul.
out of retirement.
Now, the problem is the stadium they play in has executions on a regular basis. The Taliban has executions, so you couldn't do it there on certain days.
Oh, my goodness.
There you go. All right, so we're going to have some Phillies conversation coming up next segment. Just to kind of lead into it, I was looking on the BetParks app this morning. The Phillies aren't they have longer odds than the Mets and the Braves to win the NL East now. And it's close, but you would think with the Braves losing a couple of pitchers that maybe it would have moved the other way for the Braves. Not so fast, my friend. The Mets and the Braves both have shorter odds than the Phillies. I actually think it's a good time right now to buy in on the Phillies because there's some people sleeping on them.
I can get down with that.
So if you believe, like we had Negative Nate on yesterday.
Negative Nate
Tennyson, our associate producer.
Oh, he is negative.
He's got them going under and everything.
I didn't know you had Negative Nate on the show. That is awesome.
We did.
He was really proud of his negativity, too.
You know
I
what
saw him post that immediately.
He did post it.
You know what he's positive about? The Philadelphia Union, which is funny, but he is Negative Nate. That's good.
So the NL East right now, Mets plus 170, Atlanta Braves plus 185, Phillies plus 195. So, all right. I mean, it's not a big difference because then when you look at the National League and you look at the World Series, the Phillies, the Mets, and the Braves all have the same odds. It's like plus 1,500.
Yep.
All right, but still, maybe it's the New York market and the money. But I know Steve Phillips had said that they had by far the worst offseason of any of the teams in the NL East, at least the big three that have a chance. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem like the Braves are just there's this hex that's this black cloud over top of them, and whatever the hell they did, they're paying for it right now because before spring training really even starts, they have pitchers going down. So, and they're not. And I saw Schwellenbach's not getting Tommy John. He's getting the loose bodies.
Loose.
Right.
Yeah, loose pediments.
Always good.
Yeah.
Always good to start your season with that news.
Right. An elbow injury to start the season.
Yeah.
Always a great idea.
See you next spring.
But anyway.
But you know, like, what did they get with Strider? It does feel that way too, John. I'm in agreement because I look at the Braves rather than digging into the Mets. And it's like, wait a minute, is this ever going to happen for the Atlanta Braves? It just might not. But they do have a great lineup. If they could put it together with Matt Olson, of course, Albies is a hell of a get. You got Acuna Jr. out there. Sale is your one. Spencer Strider.
Yeah, Sale's legit.
It's tough, but it just feels like they're snake bitten. The Mets, though, man, Peralta's a heck of a get for them.
Yeah. Well, we saw 2 years ago, there was like Vientos wasn't even the starter by the end of last year, and he was a big part of their success 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So a lot of this is year to year, and with this weird baseball stuff, you get a player that has a career year, the next year he's the player he was before.
Yeah.
Right? So the Phillies made sure they didn't do that with Bader. Bader had a career run with the Phillies in that 2 months he was here, and then now he's in San Francisco. But, like, the Mets are trying to build it the right way. They changed up that core. They got rid of a lot of those players.
Yes, they did.
And they brought in so who knows how they're going to react, but they have their starting pitching's good, their lineup's good.
Well, you said it. This is the time to buy in on the Phillies. You're right. Value is the word we look for. Plus 180 right now to win the division, depending on where you get it. Yeah, I'm in on that.
Schwarber's also over under home runs, 41.5.
He better go over. If he doesn't hit 42, 41 plus bombs.
It's screaming. He hit 38 a couple years ago. It's screaming take the under.
I don't expect 50, but I expect 40 plus.
All right, coming up, where does JT Realmuto rank amongst catchers? Because he's the highest paid catcher. $15 million a year. So that must mean he's at least like, if he's not one, he's two or three, right?
I don't think people know that because I sure as hell had no idea that he is the highest paid catcher in the major leagues.
3-year contract, $15 million a year. Buster Olney ranked catchers. And a lot of this was his opinion, but also what people are saying around baseball, executives, managers, things like that. Where does JT rank? That's coming up. Where in the top 10 does JT rank? That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Back from the break, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The second half of the Sixers season begins tonight at Xfinity Mobile Arena. They'll host the Atlanta Hawks. That game at 7 o'clock. They'll be without Joel Embiid. He is out tonight due to right shin soreness. You can catch the game right here on the Fanatic at 7. On Patterson's, Bob Cooney will join us coming up at 1 o'clock to talk about the Sixers. Workouts continue down in Clearwater for the Phillies. They prepare for their first spring training game on Saturday. Team USA Hockey won 2-1 yesterday over Sweden on a Quinn Hughes game winner. NFL Combine starts next week on Monday, and the Union won 5-0 last night at the opening game of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. This update brought to you by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Lux value menu has 10 lavish indulgences, including the new mini taco salad, all for $3 or less at participating Taco Bell stores while supplies last. Price and participation vary, tax extra. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Once again, tomorrow, after the news at noon, we will decide who the best news at noon parody songs are. It could be to this. Any song. Could be regularly. If you smoke like Ray Dunn, then you smoke like every day. It doesn't have to be long, by the way.
I thought this was Michael McDonald.
Well, no, Michael McDonald stole it from.
Yeah?
From him. Yeah. Not the other way around. They sampled
gotcha.
Nate Dogg and Warren G. Got to regulate.
It's almost Yacht Rock season, boys. Almost. Let's
So
go.
I actually had the idea of a Yacht Rock Friday because it's on one of my presets on Sirius when I bounce through it.
You got good taste, John. I have a Yacht Rock mix.
So Billy Joel was a Yacht Rock song that I passed by, and I was like, all right, is that really accurate, or do they need? I forget which one it was, but I'm like, I guess it is. But it was I don't know. You're a big Billy Joel fan.
I like Billy Joel.
Love
I'm
Billy
kind of
Joel.
surprised on that.
Well, what's your problem with Yacht Rock?
No, it's not anything against Yacht Rock. It's just when I think Yacht Rock, I'm not like, yo, let me go listen to Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Billy. No, so I'm just typing in Billy Joel Yacht Rock. Like you said, Sean, it really is it's a Friday in the summertime, springtime.
I love Yacht Rock. I got a nice mix where I kind of mixed it in, and I actually put some work and some blood, sweat, and tears into it, some effort. But
Just the Way You Are.
It's a good tune.
It's not really Yacht Rock.
No.
Yeah, it's a good tune, but it's not.
I love you just
that's
the way you are.
Yeah.
Just like
No, it's the saxophone after the.
See, the thing is, you got to mix in some songs that everybody knows. So, you got like that is a song that a lot of people do know, but there's a long list of great tunes when it comes to Yacht Rock.
And that's what I'm saying. The parody songs are endless. It could be something as random as Cisco Thong Song to Billy Joel.
Yacht Rock Fridays, when are we going to start that? In the summertime?
I would think after Labor Day or after Memorial Day.
I love that idea. I actually have hats. Captain hats. Yeah, I DJ'd a party last year in the parking lot, played my Yacht Rock mix, gave the captain's hats to everybody, handed them out.
It's actually in my phone. I told Ray I make the voice memos, all the notes in my phone all the time. Yacht Rock Friday was put in there.
Oh, I love it. I'll be wearing all those Tommy Bahama shirts.
I don't remember what the parody song is, but it was ZZ Top's Sharp Dressed Man that I had a parody song in my head, but then I never followed up on it.
Drive every girl crazy about a sharp dress.
It was something with Ray.
It's always got to include Ray.
How about some Herb parody songs?
Herb.
All right. But it's list season if you're in baseball, right? It's like right before the start of the regular season in football, in the NFL, where it's like, okay, we've talked about everything. We're reheated the soup 5 times. Look, now we need some quarterback lists, right?
There's a difference between list season and Mount Rushmore season, correct?
Well, we normally do Mount Rushmore season in February because that's the president.
Oh.
But yes, no, you can do Mount Rushmore.
All right.
All right, so Buster only has the top 10 at every MLB position, and today is catchers. All right, so here's what he says. Spring training camps are underway, which means it's time to look at the state of baseball. As part of our season preview, Buster Olney surveyed those around the industry to help him rank the top 10 players at every position as part of his annual positional ranking series. Now, I'm not going to make you give me your top 10 because I would have a tough time doing a top 10 list of catchers.
Yeah.
But Cal Raleigh is number one.
Shocking.
It's how many home runs did he have last year? 60? 60 some?
Did he hit 60? I'm drawing a blank on what he did last year. I think he did hit 60, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, him being number one,
that's an easy
regardless, that's an easy one. All right. And he doesn't have to be known for his defense to be number one.
60 on the nose.
There you
60 on the nose. All right. So the simple question is, where do you think JT Realmuto is ranked? Again, this just isn't some jabroni, Buster Olney, ESPN deciding. He's getting help from executives and scouts around the league. And JT Realmuto just signed a 3-year, $45 million contract that ties him for the highest paid catcher in baseball. All right?
Okay.
So where would you say he's ranked? I'll start with you, Ray Dunn. 8th. Incorrect. Sean.
I think that's a fair number. Like, JT is not a top 5. I would hope JT is top 10. If he's not 8, I'll go 10. Does he make the list?
He does not.
Wow.
Going on honorable mentions, he's the third honorable mention. So that would put him at 13. Names ahead of him?
Dude, that's disrespectful.
Is it?
I don't know. Is it?
Cal Raleigh, Alejandro Kirk of the Blue Jays, Will Smith of the Dodgers, Patrick Bailey of the Giants, William Contreras, Dylan Dingler of the Tigers, Shea Langoliers of the Athletics, Austin Wells, Yankees, Drake Baldwin, Braves, and Gabriel Moreno of the Diamondbacks. Hunter Goodman, honorable mention 1. Carlos Narvaez, number 2 of the Red Sox. And number 3 honorable mention is JT Realmuto. Here's the little blurb that it says with Ray. All winter it felt inevitable the Phillies and Realmuto would work out a contract extension, which they did last month, because of his relationship with the pitching staff. But evaluators say his ability to frame pitches at the bottom of the zone has diminished. It's kind of a blah thing. But, I mean, if you look at his offensive numbers, he's not bad. But the offensive catchers, it's not the old days where the best catcher that you hit 260 with 10 home runs, you might be the best catcher in baseball. At one point in time, JT hitting around 20 home runs and hitting 280 was the best catcher in baseball. We know his defense has always been good, but he's also not 28 anymore.
How's Adley Rutschman not even in the top 10? What am I missing there?
He is the honorable mention behind JT.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Rutschman was a high pick.
He's had back-to-back seasons of diminished production with his OPS dipping in 24 and in 25.
Well, I would take Adley Rutschman over JT Realmuto. The thing that hits me the most when you bring up that, the ranking, is it feels like a lot of these guys have something to play for this year. It's a popular take now that Bryce is going to have a career year, or he's going to have a great season. Watch out. Is it fair? Like we talk about Nola, I know Ray's a little bit higher on Aaron Nola than we are. But you look at a guy like JT, what's fair? He's the highest paid catcher in the game.
You're paying him for past production, not for what he's going to do. Period.
What was his past production?
I think he hit 257 or something like that last year. Nick Castellanos hit 257.
Yeah. Look, and JT, remember, he was my first half All-Star.
Oh, that's right.
That's my first half MVP.
MVP, that's right. How could I forget?
I gave him that award.
He batted 257 last year.
Yeah.
With, I hate when they give you the.
And he started off slow. He had a bad start.
He did.
And you remember, look how great that pitching staff was, both starters and somewhat in the bullpen. He had a huge deal to that.
All right, so 257, 12 home runs, 52 RBIs, 129 strikeouts. 35 walks. So he doesn't have the highest on base percentage either. So he's not up there and it's like, all right, well, maybe he doesn't have the power and he strikes out a little bit too much for the lack of power, but hey man, he gets on base quite a bit. And I'm fine, honestly, I'm fine with JT and what he is. It just shows you based on his salary and what the rest of Major League Baseball thinks from. I mean, let's remember. It was reported by more than one reporter that he didn't even have a real offer out there. Not that he wouldn't have been signed, but teams weren't saying hey, JT, listen, we know you and the Phillies are going back and forth. Here's a 2-year, $30 million contract. Here's one for 15. The Phillies bid against themselves because they're like, oh, well, now we got to give him what he wants, which they really didn't have to do. My bigger problem with JT was that they gave him a 3-year contract. If you remember my reaction, I said, are the Phillies insane? And I still believe that.
I think you said you were leaving. You weren't finishing the show, I believe.
I was going to walk off. And then when it came down, Ray, the Instagram Reels out there, Ray gives the Phillies insane. What are they doing? And I still feel like that. But they have a good club, and he's a good player.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess, like I said,
a really good club.
The fact of the contract, that does sting a little bit, and that looks bad on Dombrowski, right? Like that you had to pony up and give him the highest paid contract for a catcher, and I know that list isn't really a slam dunk with absolute studs besides Cal Raleigh, but dang.
Who's giving him a contract close to that?
Correct. Are they a better team with JT Realmuto than not having JT?
We have a good club.
I agree with that. That's an easy answer.
Are they a better team with a $15 million player as opposed to JT Realmuto? And also with that, it's not just $15 million because you would have to pay a catcher to be your catcher. And that's going to cost a couple $1 million. So if you're paying $5 million to a catcher, now you're really talking about $10 million. I don't know. Like I'm over the Bo Bichette stuff. Bo Bichette can't field a ground ball. Every video I see in spring training.
That's great.
So the hell with him. But listen, we'll come back with some more Phillies talk. Dave, we'll start with you on the other side. 610-632-0975. There's that. And then USA. How about this? We've become a hockey show. Patriotism.
How about
and
that?
I've been telling people about this player for a really long time. It felt like I scored yesterday in overtime. It really did. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. Talk about Parks Casino for a second. Bet Parks app. Listen, I'm telling you, it's all about the live bet on the Bet Parks app. You can bet by, like, pro basketball's back tonight, right? Just before the game, during the game, after the game. Pro hockey and the Olympics. I mean, geez, you want to enjoy these games even more? The USA's in the now in the semis. They got everything that you need on the Bet Parks app. The only app I would ever use and ever recommend. It's just not the Sportsbook app. It's also the Bet Parks online casino app. Your favorite classic casino games right on your phone. Blackjack, craps, roulette, poker, and hundreds of online slots. You wouldn't believe it. And new users right now get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Whether your team scores or not, there's always another way to win on the Bet Parks online casino and sportsbook app. You must be 21 and in PA, New Jersey, or Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The NBA All-Star.
of the program, as always, brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing for 48 months. Rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more at ServiceFirstHVAC.com. We're playing this, of course, because Sean Brace loves Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce.
Oh, we're not. We're playing it because yesterday, the men's hockey, USA.
How about it?
I was home watching. I watched the end of the Canada game.
How about it?
And there was no score into the second period, and that's really when I started to dig in after they scored the goal.
Sure.
And then it was tight in the third period, 1-0 USA up over Sweden, and they score a goal with like 3 minutes to go, something like that.
Yep.
And then it was tied, and then like I'm watching with my kids, and they're like, "Well, Dad, it's like what's going on here? It's just like a Phillies playoff game for you." And I'm like, "Yeah, like because they just scored a goal."
It's an Eagles playoff game.
It felt like they were going to lose, and then in overtime, they were just getting a lot of chances. And damn it, man, I'm telling you, it's like personal validation for me. I've been telling everybody about this guy for a long time. What's his name again, Ray?
Quinn Hughes.
Quinn Hughes. Yeah. And he scored the game winner. It was a thing of beauty. And the USA wins, entering the semifinals. How about that?
Unbelievable. I think we have it. Do we have it, Ray? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
Quinn Hughes shoots. He scores! He scores!
Oh, yeah.
Quinn Hughes in overtime wins it. And the United States will move on and face Slovakia in the semis.
Yeah, baby. A little free bird running underneath it, Johnny Marks. Skinnered. It's the team theme.
Really?
Free bird. Let's go. I'm all USA hockeyed up. Hockeyed up in general. It's been awesome to watch. The ladies, too, as well. We are stomping fools with the girls' team. We are literally
they've been killing it.
Minus 485 favorites against Canada. I forget when that game is. But that was a great game against Sweden. As you pointed out, the Canadian game before, Ed, where they were down 3-2, I think, in the third to come back and win it overtime. It's been a lot of fun, and it's definitely the one. I mean, give me another event. I know you're a big speed skating guy. You told me that you look forward to it. But for a lot of us, we think of men's hockey when it comes to
ice dancing is number one on the
tremendous
pecking order. But anyway, yeah, I mean, and that was Kenny Moose and Goose on the call yesterday. If you were watching on
Rest in peace.
Kenny, anytime I hear Kenny Albert, I think because doesn't he do the Rangers games? Kenny Albert,
yeah, he does. Mm-hmm. That's a good pull by you. Yeah, nice work.
Yeah.
Nice
so
work.
Kenny Albert was on the call on that. Good game. I love the 3-on-3 in overtime.
Yeah, it's they want to find a winner. Those guys, them boys, been out there skating all day. What a game, though! Great game, and your boy Quinn Hughes coming to the rescue.
Yep,
we roll on.
The Flyers should have traded everything to get him.
They should have.
I agree. Now I see it.
I do want to shout out.
Oh, the game. So 1:10 today is the game. Uncle Jamie checks in. The women's.
The women's. So we're coming up here. Okay. For Team USA and Canada. Yeah, like I said, they're minus 485 favorites, so they should win. But also, while I was out last night, the lovely establishment, New Deck, had every TV on the Olympics. Mm-hmm. We had Alabama and Arkansas in overtime, but we couldn't get one of those. Anyways, I digress. Michaela Schifrin?
Love Michaela Schifrin.
Oh, she was dynamic. She took the gold. John, it was incredible. That was a little downhill mogul skiing, I believe, if I'm not
it's my
mistaken.
favorite. That's number 2.
She was unbelievable. Winning the run in the slalom of the 2026 Olympics. She was insane, and it's such a, slim margin of error that you lose or win by. Anyway, she was magnificent, and it was so cool to see her on the top of the podium, singing along Star Spangled Banner national anthem, and the fact she's got the gold. Very, just sharp and really masterful performance.
Well, if you need anything from the Olympics, it's how I was able to watch that Canada game yesterday. I DVR. You don't realize when you're DVRing every episode of the Olympics, you're DVRing every episode of the Olympics.
All channels?
Yeah, like 122. I went to, and some people are laughing that I still have a DVR. You still use TiVo.
No, I have the YouTube TV. That's the same thing. My library's full.
Yeah. So but anyway, tomorrow the U.S. is big time favorites over Slovakia.
Yeah,
minus 1,000 on the money line, and then Canada minus 455 over Finland.
Hello.
So can you give me a scouting report on Finland? Why are they not as big a favorite? Is it because Slovakia is not as good, or Canada's the favorite to win the gold. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know me.
Yeah.
I'm tapped in.
Diehards over here. No, they are. Canada was definitely favored. And look, the USA, again, they had to come back and win it in overtime. Not come back, but win in overtime.
Yeah, they got a little dicey there.
There's some
tight
people.
keisters.
I would just want to see a little bit more aggression from the boys. That's all. They have a really good team, but they're going to have to really show out and get tough if they want to win the gold.
All right, let's go to Dave. Dave in Paoli has something on the Phillies and Bryce Harper. What's up, David?
Hey, guys. Love that you are back together. Brings back some great memories. I just have a request, though, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Can we bring back the Pitbull song drop from your single days?
Yeah, you were the Pitbull of the station at the time.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, honestly, I still think I am to a point.
So,
yeah.
Ray, the drop is the hey, yeah. Well, see, we evolve as a show and as people, so we have this when we talk about Sean being out. Ray, can you play it?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty good. I like that.
I'm telling you. It's anytime I walk into a building now, this song just follows me. It's
surprisingly Sean goes out as much today as he does back then, and he's got
maybe a little more.
a wife
actually,
and 2
yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
A little bit of actually history. So, Sean, we actually met once before. I'm the original owner of your house.
Get
I got
outta
married
here.
there. I had my kids there. Yeah, kind of crazy.
In Conshohocken, like right now?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
look
bought
at
that place in '99 and sold it, and then you bought it from, I think, the people that bought it from me.
That's right. And the Kings are right, or the right? I think they.
I think Jennings.
No, Jennings. There you go. I was thinking Peter.
Now, did you not have to give an inspection of the house because there were so many bidders for the house?
Yeah.
I don't know when you bought it.
No, I sold it. I sold it in 2009.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what, price has only gone up, man. Dave, let me tell
You
you.
don't even want to know what I originally bought it for.
You know, it's got the original AC unit. I'm still surprised by that.
I think I might have replaced that.
Oh, did ya? Did ya?
See, you had wrong information.
I don't know. But I want to say, if you ever have a Yacht Rock party, I want a weasel an invite.
Oh, you're in.
We're in.
You're in, Dave.
That's a show thing, absolutely.
Cool. All right, so Bryce, real quick. I know we're kind of letting this stuff die, but I have a prediction.
Yeah.
His first home run at home, he is 100% looking up to Dombrowski's box to stare him down.
Ooh.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Dave. I for sure, when we say it's over, I don't think he's going to talk about it and he's going to mention Dave and it's wild. Do I think he's going to do something? Yeah, I do. I don't think this is totally over, but will he have something? Yeah, I think he's going to have something.
Why not I'm fine with the not elite. Like, you better perform if you go ahead and continue to beat your chest over this stuff. You better perform. So, let's make it. Why don't you make an arm guard with not elite, and let's really stir it up.
Once upon a time, I was called VLT, very little talent, by somebody.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
Well,
Did you put VLT on a shirt?
No, but the guy used to call me Skippy, and I went and got Skippy peanut butter.
VLT.
I call him VLT, very little talent. So I'm VLT. He's
Let me tell you, that guy said a lot worse about me. That's like I can guarantee you that. All right.
God bless. All right, Ray, do we have it?
That's right. That's a good pull by Dave. That's crazy. So I bought the house from Dave, and then he used to listen to the show. That's wild.
No, so I think you bought the house from somebody that bought the house from
yeah, that's
Dave.
right. My bad. My fault.
But somehow he knows that's your hat. That was his house.
Yeah. I think he cruised by one time to look at it. I'm like, yeah, man. It's the old school house right there.
Look at you.
Yeah, man, we're not moving. Prices are so expensive. It's absurd. We tried because, we want a big backyard, all that. I was actually even to market for a pool. Yeah, all right. That ain't ever happening. No shot.
Well, no, it's also interest rates. Because we've had the same conversation. We've outgrown our house, but I got my interest rate's 3.1. And you look right now, and it's hard to justify it.
Yeah, I can get a ton of money for my house than more than we bought it for. But guess what? The house that we're going to move
you got to buy a
into,
new one.
It's brand new construction, the whole nine.
That's the problem. Is now you got to buy a new one. You're getting all this money from your house you just sold, and you got to pay even more money to get a new one.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
Look at
Dream
Ray.
of owning a home.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah,
Is it dead?
What do you got? A studio? I lived in a studio for 2 years.
Roommates.
You know what? Roommates aren't bad as long as they're good.
No, they're good.
Coming up next, Alex, we'll try to slide you in the next segment because Bob Cooney, our old buddy Bob on Patterson, does a great job covering the 76ers. Back in action tonight without Joel Embiid. We opened the show asking, does Joel Embiid take too much criticism? Is it unfair? We'll ask Bob that and more as the 76ers second half starts tonight right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. That's next. Don't go anywhere.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Back from the break, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update that's brought to you by Morgenstern Medical. This February at Morgenstern Hair Restoration, when you book a hair transplant, you receive a full year of Nutrafol absolutely free. Call 610-831-HAIR or visit morgensternhair.com. The second half of the Sixers season starts tonight, but it starts without Joel Embiid. He'll be out tonight with right shin soreness. They're promising an update on Embiid later on this week, added the back-to-back this weekend. We'll keep you updated with anything happening there. It's the Hawks and Sixers tonight from Xfinity Mobile Arena. You can listen to it right here on the Fanatic at 7 o'clock. And coming up in the next segment on Patterson's, Bob Cooney joins us to break down the 76ers. Workouts continue down in Clearwater ahead of the first spring training game for the Phillies on Saturday. They have their first home game this Sunday. Team USA Hockey won 2-1 yesterday over Sweden on a Quinn Hughes game winner. NFL Combine starts up next week, and the Union won 5-0 last night in the opening game of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. This update's also brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging of reliable replacement batteries, and they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Part of this video is when him and Bruce and Steve Van Sant are like sharing the microphone, going, "Glory days."
Great song though, Johnny. That's a great song.
No, it's not.
Glory Days?
That's not a great song.
Oh, come on.
Would a true Bruce fan tell you that Glory Days is a great song?
They better.
Oh.
Is Bob Cooney a true?
That he is.
Is he really?
Oh, how about that?
All right, we'll ask him. Bob Cooney, who is now part of On Pattison, doing digital stuff and also covering the 76ers and doing a lot of other stuff for On Pattison. Check him out, onpattison.com. Bob Cooney, how many concerts have you attended, Bruce Springsteen?
I think we're about in the, I want to say around the 25, 30 range, somewhere around there. So I'm not one of those crazies. But we will. We did something last summer. We went with all of our kids for the first time, and they loved it. So they're all going to be. We're all going to be on the computers on Saturday, looking to get some tickets for May.
That is so cute. Now it's generational with you and the family. That's so awesome,
dude. It was one of the coolest things ever. It's one of the few things that my wife and I have done together since we've been together is go to Springsteen concerts. When our kids said they wanted to go and they liked it as much as they did, I'm not kidding you, John. It was one of the coolest things ever.
That's awesome. I told the story earlier in the week. I went to a Rose Bowl party. Whenever the Penn State played in the Rose Bowl, most recently, so like maybe 12, 13, 11, whatever. And I went to a Rose Bowl party, and most of the people there knew each other from Springsteen shows. They met at Springsteen shows. They didn't know each other when we were big Bruce Springsteen fans. They became friends at the shows because they went to so many shows. So,
wow,
believe me, I understand the fandom of everybody. Yes,
yeah, it's just something that we enjoy. I don't put down people that don't like them. Whatever, everybody has their own taste. It's just something we like to do, and we've seen some great shows through the years.
All right, well, Bob, tell me, Glory Days, thumbs up, thumbs down?
Thumbs up. I wouldn't. I don't know if
that was
not a confident thumbs up.
I don't know if I would put it in his top. Sean, let's see if you agree with me. I don't know if I'd put it in his top 7, probably top 10, but probably not top 7.
Definitely not my top 7.
That's fair. That's fair. What is your number?
Good.
What's your number one Bruce song?
I mean, there's Darkness on the Edge of Town. Really gets. I love Darkness on the Edge of Town.
All right,
that was Ray's.
Backstreets. There's just like it's all
there's
one.
so
one
many.
A,
it's like two.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff, and look, it's my childhood, like growing up with it, so it means more to me than other people. And
regardless, Bob, regardless of people, like there's no denying that what he exudes at these concerts and how he plays, dude, man, he's got it.
They don't make him like it. They don't make him like that anymore.
He's unbelievable.
What's he do?
Really.
3.5, Bob? 3.5 hours up there?
Well, it's funny. We were at a show at Citizens Bank Park one time, and he went 4:06. Now, like I said, my wife is
now, see, that's being selfish.
4:06. Yeah, my wife's a huge fan. She went and sat with like other friends that were kind of near us, whatever. It got to be towards the end, and she came back over, and she's like, all right, like, I'm kind of done. Like, let's go. So there is that. I've seen 2.5-hour shows. I've seen the 4-hour shows. He is just an entertainer and one of the best front men of our
Amen.
lifetime. Yeah, and it's pretty cool to see. Yeah.
All right, well, we're out of time, Bob. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bruce Springsteen, 5 minutes, so we're good to go.
All right, Embiid. So the last game before the All-Star break, Embiid's out, knee management. We've seen that before, and I thought it was fairly obvious. You get up, like they hadn't played in a couple days. Now he doesn't have to play, and then it's going to be the All-Star break. So you get him off his feet, and then he comes back out, and it's the start of the second half after the All-Star break, and everything's great. But yet now we have a new injury with the shin. So tell us the latest, and tell us what you know about this injury.
Yeah, so the first thing that you go to is, it was the knee, the right knee, which isn't the surgically repaired one. That was his, air quotes, good knee. That was what has kept him out a lot this year, keeping an eye on that. And then when he sat out the last game of the West Coast trip, the thought was, okay, they come home, they play the Knicks, he'll play that game, and then he gets a full week off, with the All-Star break. When he didn't play that Knicks game, then it was what's going on here? I didn't think that, he was taking 2 days off so that he could add that to the All-Star break. I thought something might be up. And sure enough, the shin soreness, is it overcompensation? That's what we're all talking about. The left knee is pretty much shot. So does he overcompensate with the right leg, and that's why the right knee was hurting, and now it's his shin? I don't know. It's how the Sixers are with injuries, and it's always bothered me. Injuries aren't something you need to be embarrassed about. It happens in sports. It's one of the biggest parts of sports. It's not, just be upfront and honest and what it is. But, they don't like to do that, and they have their reasoning, whatever. But this is something to really keep an eye on, because Nick Nurse wanted to get this team going rotation-wise and see who he has and all that stuff to finish off the season, and they don't have Paul George until the final 10 games. So this is something you really have to keep an eye on, and I don't know where it's going to take us yet.
Bob, it's tough for fans because even though they tried to sell it as, it was way too much value for Jared McCain, whether or not even mattered for this year, it's just that, if you're a 76er fan and you're excited, and as has been reported, this is one of the closest teams that Embiid's been on, and the chemistry with this team was really good. And now you're removing a younger guy that has great energy, like a vibes guy that has been playing well recently. With McCain getting removed, I mean, what's your outlook for the rest of the season? And did the trade deadline, because they also didn't trade for anybody, they just removed. How does that make you feel as a Sixer fan and as somebody that's covering the team?
Well, it's funny. We're walking down the hallway not too long ago, and somebody said, okay, you traded Jared McCain, 21-year-old, full of energy, all that stuff, for a 31-year-old. Basically, they brought in Campaign for a 31-year-old that has a lot of energy, and you're looking for him to bring you the same stuff that you already had. I think that Daryl Morey thought he had another move in hand. I think he traded McCain to get those draft picks to make another move at the trade deadline, and for whatever reason or whoever it was, I think something fell through, and they kind of got burned on that. Now, we can talk luxury tax, and they stated, but there was other ways to get under the luxury tax without having to trade Jared McCain. So I don't want to say they got burned. I will say I don't think things went as they planned for them to go when they traded McCain. I think it was a day before, if not 2 days before the actual trade deadline.
Bob, I know the Atlanta Hawks, sitting at 26-30, are not the New York Knicks and the expectations that they bring to the table here. But last time out, Sixers were embarrassed, 138-89. They lost that game to Portland. And, look, no Joel Embiid. They're 11-12 on the season without him in the lineup. So I'm just curious, should Sixer fans expect something different tonight and in the near future without Joel Embiid in the lineup? Is this something that Maxey... It looked like he needed some time off. He didn't get that. He had to go out there and play in the All-Star game. You had VJ tear it up. He was the story of the Rising Star game on Friday night. Should Sixers fan, mainly me, should we expect something different tonight and moving forward here?
It's hard to say yes, right, Sean? I mean, how can you say yes? What is different about this team? Is bringing in Campaign something, vastly different than what they had before? I will say this. The last game against the Knicks, and then he's starting. Nick Nurse is starting a Dembona when Embiid's out, and then bringing Andre Drummond off the bench. He was horrendous against the Knicks. I mean, caught out of position defensively numerous times. I can see the frustration on the coaches on the bench with some of the things he does. He doesn't play smart basketball at times, and as exciting as he is blocking shots and dunking the ball the way he does, many, many times when he's looking to do that, it's taking him out of position and it's hurting them, giving up offensive rebounds because he's going to see if he can block every shot that's taken and, different things like that. So I'm a big believer. I like that Bona plays hard, but I would start Andre Drummond. I know he's not as mobile as Bona and doesn't get out on the perimeter defensively, but Andre Drummond's going to rebound for you. Andre Drummond's going to limit teams to one shot. He gives you an NBA something that each and every game is going to be there. I think that's something you have to keep an eye on of how Nick Nurse handles things when Embiid's out of the lineup.
Bob Cooney joins us, who does a tremendous job covering the 76ers for On Patterson, so you should definitely check it out. We started the show today, Bob, and it was coming off of a Bryce Harper conversation because Bill Colarulo was saying that he doesn't understand the criticism that Embiid gets, but Bryce Harper can say similar things to Embiid, and yet no one really wants to criticize him. So I'm going to ask you, as somebody that's been in this city for your whole life, you've seen guys get criticized, not criticized, and now covering the team and being a member of the media for many years, Do you believe Joel Embiid is overly criticized, or is the criticism that he receives warranted?
The one thing I learned from the late great Phil Jasner when I took over the Sixers beat from him was you can never judge a person's injury because you just don't know. You don't know how they feel. I think some of the criticism that goes towards Embiid is because of his injuries. Can he help that? Can he help that he, as you guys talked about earlier, broke 2 orbit bones in his face, that he gets the Bell's palsy, that his foot broke when he was trying out for teams coming into the NBA. He can't help his injuries, and Sean was talking about earlier, I think, about, but does he come back properly from them and train? That can be criticized. If he does come back out of shape, if he didn't put in work, that can be criticized. The over-criticism on Embiid is about injuries because you cannot help them. And I do think the way the team handles it a lot lends to fans criticizing him for injury because the team handles it in a way like he did something wrong when you're injured. I'll give this example. I was in San Francisco one time, and Kevin Durant got hurt. Their PR people reached out to us that night and said, ruptured Achilles, boom, he's out for the season. Like with the Sixers, it's always well, we're not sure, we'll see, and it goes on and on and on. And I just think somebody somewhere thinks that injuries are a bad thing. So criticism that goes towards an Embiid often is because of the injury. I don't think that's warranted. If you want to criticize because of how he rehabs himself or comes back or comes back out of shape and all, that's fine. I don't know much about his play that we can criticize. I think you guys might agree with me. Through the years, he is a phenomenal basketball player.
An amazing talent. Bob, always appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk soon.
You're the man, Bob.
All right, boys, be good.
There he is, Bob Cooney. So just one thing that I've heard on occasions from multiple people, and this is in defense of the 76ers, and I'm sure, and I'm not saying they're blameless in all of this, but as far as injuries and Joel Embiid, remember at the beginning of the season, was it last year, the Paul George year, where it was after the Olympics? And It was, is he starting the season? Is he starting the season? And they were so tight-lipped and they weren't saying anything because they didn't know, because they're not getting information from Embiid. This isn't the regular player that he should, Joel Embiid has, whoever manages him. And Embiid, as far as injuries happen, he knows that the whole injury thing is out there, and he is in his camp, and I'll say him because ultimately I think he's behind it, knows the reaction and is and realizes the reaction. And that's a lot of times why they don't want the information put out there, because they're trying to manage that information putting out there, because now it's like, oh, he's got a shin injury. Here we go again with Joel. He's always injured. And he is he doesn't like that. So I think sometimes this information is not put out there and they're not as transparent because the Sixers are afraid of pissing Embiid off by saying too much.
Yeah. Look, he is the guy giving him the contract. I'm with you. I get I understand why they needed to give him that contract, or they wanted to give him that contract, the 3-year deal that I don't even believe is kicked in yet. I think it starts next year, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, they want to keep him in-house. They want him to retire, play his whole career with the Philadelphia 76ers. They're tied at the hip. They're attached with Joel Embiid. 31 games this year, John. 19 last year. 39 the year before. Then he had 66, 68. But, when they play the national games, right, what do they show? How many games he's missed? And it's pretty much split in half, if I'm not mistaken, as far as that number is concerned. It's not a good look, but we know what he brings to the table, and it's hard to say that you don't want that if he's healthy, right? Because when he does take the floor, more times than not, he's the best player on the floor.
He's an amazing talent.
He's incredible.
Yep, he sure is.
But I have no issues with anybody saying, man, here we go again, and I'm just tired of this. I'm tired. Because that's where, mentally, that's where I stand.
Sixers are now 1-point favorites tonight.
How about that?
Without Embiid, but the lines went down. You know what that is? Edgecombe was away at the All-Star break.
He went to the Bahamas.
Maxey was away. So they come back. They're a little bit tired getting that first game. I don't think anybody with the Hawks was in there. Am I forgetting somebody? Anyway.
Hawks beat them in December. I don't think Joel Embiid played in that game. I
very light line.
Yeah. Hey, I will tell you what.
Hey.
Tonight, following the game, John.
Yes.
I'll be live on socials.
Okay.
Yeah, come and join the party. Sixers wrap-up.
So Sean's going to be doing some Sixers wrap-up stuff. Tonight it'll be on all the socials.
All the socials.
As we get moving,
Correct.
hopefully it's going to be on the station's
It will
YouTube
be.
account.
You will be able to find it on my socials, @_Brace. However, the Fanatic is going to help. They're going to give a little bump. We're going through some things. We're going to make it happen. But here's the promise. Every game from here on out, hopefully we have a long run all the way till June. Every game, myself, Sean Bernard, you know him from Crossing Broad, DraftKings does great work, and my guy Sam Ostry from the Score Bet, three-headed monster coming your way. Every game, immediately following, clock strikes 0, Sixers wrap-up on the socials, digitally. Join us. Get involved. No better time than go live, instant reaction. Love the numbers, love the juice. Let's bring it.
All right.
Hell yeah.
How about that?
Tonight. I
All
like
right.
the Sixers.
By the way, we have some Eagles news here. Derek Gunn. Earlier today, we learned that Lane Johnson told Jeff McClain that he is returning.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that Derek Gunn is breaking this because Cowboy Jim broke it on the show the other day. Landon Dickerson will return, according to Derek Gunn.
Oh, the boys are back. Let's go.
Can we get Dutz to pull the sound of Cowboy Jim reporting it the other day? Because that's really who reported it first.
Right. We should get that out there.
D Gunn should tweet out Cowboy Jim had it first.
Yeah, sources told Cowboy Jim. Well, no, Cowboy Jim can go with the whole Landon Dickerson told me.
Yeah.
Is Cowboy Jim on socials? I feel like I should be following him.
I don't believe so.
He better
Sorry.
get the credit.
Cowboy Jim had about that, and that's about it. That's all.
Oh, okay.
All he gets credit for Tuesday.
All right.
Yep.
Rest of that phone call made me want to fly back home and fight him.
So the boys are getting back.
Cowboy Jim said that he saw Landon Dickerson, and Landon said, because he knows him because he's on the Eagles flight. He's the flight attendant on the Eagles charter flight.
All right.
He had said that Landon said, I don't know where all this is coming from. I never said I was retiring. This is ridiculous. He very much was, I never talked about retirement.
Where did the Eagles take a flight since that news broke?
I think he saw them at an event.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not here to.
Because they know him.
I'm not downplaying Cowboy Jim.
He had said where he saw them.
He was obviously spot on with his take.
Yeah.
Right.
He knows things.
He was right.
He was.
It's okay to downplay him, though.
Why is he Cowboy Jim? Is he a Dallas Cowboy fan?
There you go. See?
Oh, Jim.
He's extremely irritating.
Just when I was about to give him some credit.
But I love him.
Hey, I love the fact that the band is getting back together. All right?
Damn right.
You want to talk about bounce back spots with the Phillies, whether it's Garcia, whether it's Harper for a career year, whether it's Nola, JT's not even listed in the top 10 yet, he's paid the most. How about the Eagles? They're going to have to look themselves in the mirror going, you know what? We won the Super Bowl because of the horses up front, the beef that we had. That's what they need this upcoming season to get back, running the rock, being aggressive. Man, that's what it's all about, getting these boys believing again, those horses.
Yep.
Jordan, Lane, Landon, Cam. Who am I missing?
Steen.
There you go. No.
Steen.
That's not Steen. I believe in this offensive line. Now, no Stout. Ooh.
Oh, God. What are they going to do?
That's a tough break.
I know. They couldn't possibly be good without South. It's a big loss for sure. Development of younger players and things like that.
Chris Cooper, take it over.
Yep. All right. Alex in Bethlehem wanted to talk Phillies. He's been holding for a while. Alex, how are you, buddy? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, Alex?
Yeah, Sean, you just mentioned Garcia, and look, I get it. People aren't excited for this upcoming Phillies season. Totally get that. I just have a couple reasons for optimism. You know, Garcia, he's going to come in. He's going to work with Kevin Long. He's going to hit at Citizens Bank Park as opposed to a pitcher's ballpark in Arlington. And look, I mean, I think Garcia's only going to hit 250, but I think he's going to come in and give you 30 bombs and 90-plus RBIs.
Well, Sean has 80 or over, so I think you have 80 home runs this year.
Those muscles, I'm on the over of 82, 80 and a half. I took the over. I mean, look, yeah, he had 19 home runs last year in a down season. Clearly, he's been dealing with a little bit of injuries from time to time, but we know what he's capable of, and that's what the Phillies are banking on. Him having a bounce-back season. Buy low, sell high type deal. Could he do it in that ballpark? Man, I'll tell you, again, I hate to say it, but those muscles have me believing.
Look, I think he and Crawford come in. They give us a spark, and guys, Zach Wheeler, he's doing the long toss, throwing from 120 feet. You know, I think they bring him back maybe in late April, and then you have the best 1-2 punch in baseball.
Yeah, man, for sure. Good stuff, Alex. Appreciate it, buddy.
From his lips to God's ears. Does that work here?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
We're a spiritual show.
For sure. Oh,
We got into religion yesterday.
No more religious show on the station than this one. Right?
You guys were talking shop yesterday.
We were.
Oh.
We got into the whole believing in aliens thing, and it was like, well, the aliens, and then religion, and then,
All right. I'm a very spiritual guy.
You were at the Catholic League last night.
Yeah.
On Ash Wednesday.
Ash Wednesday of all time.
I know.
They should have been giving out ashes.
How many crosses were on people's heads by 8 o'clock?
It was 95%.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was walking around.
Because the Palestra is notoriously hot anytime you go there. The ashes weren't sweating off people's heads.
I was melting. I was absolutely
If you wear
melting.
a T-shirt to the Palestra, you will still sweat through the T-shirt.
Yeah, a lot of people were definitely in T-shirts, that's for sure.
All right, coming up. Let's get to the Eagles here. Are we wrong in our assessment of Jalen Phillips not coming back? There's not one, not two, not three, but 4 different sites have hyped up a Phillips return to the Eagles. Will they and should they pursue it? Also, I saw more mock trades for A.J. Brown. We'll discuss them coming up as well. That's next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The O-line returns. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We got 2 different offensive linemen today. News coming down that both of them will return to the Philadelphia Eagles for this upcoming season. Lane Johnson, he's not retiring. He'll be back for season number 14. And all the conversations surrounding Landon Dickerson, he will not retire. He'll return to the Eagles for this upcoming season. So Dickerson and Lane Johnson, both back in the fold. Lane Johnson, that was reported by Jeff McClain. The Philadelphia Inquirer. Landon Dickerson, reported by Derek Gunn. That's the Eagles news ahead of the NFL Combine starting next week. As for the 76ers, the second half of their season, that starts tonight against the Hawks. No Joel Embiid. That game at 7 o'clock. You can listen to it right here on The Fanatic. Workouts continuing down in Clearwater for the Phillies. They prepare for their first spring training game coming up on Saturday. Team USA in hockey won 2-1 yesterday over Sweden. Quinn Hughes with the game winner, and the Union won 5-0 last night in the opening game of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. This update's brought to you by Taco Bell. Try the new Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas with slow roasted chicken twice at Taco Bell. They only come as a pair at participating Taco Bell U.S. locations for a limited time while supplies last. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
With Marks, with Midday Brace, Midday Ray Dunn, 1 o'clock hour of the program. As always, sponsored by Morgan Stern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together, so does great hair. Morgan Stern Hair Restoration Championship results, 3 locations, Lancaster, Bala Cynwyd, Wayne, Pennsylvania. Visit morgansternhair.com or call them at 610-831-HAIR. We have 1 pair of Drexel Dragon tickets. Sean Brace.
Oh.
Let's do it on the text line, which is 610-632-0975. How about texter number 5 that texts the word dragon to 610-632-0975. It's a pair of tickets to the Drexel basketball against Townsend, February 22nd at the DAC. Get your tickets today, drexeldragons.com. Or, Sean, you can catch the game on the CBS Sports Network.
Really?
How about that?
It's a good deal.
How about that? All right, so Jalen Phillips, I don't know, man. Like, do we have a better feel for what's happening with him than the rest of the league? I thought he was good when they traded for him. It was a good pickup. He flashed early. He was solid after that. I don't know. Am I paying him $20 million a year? No, I'm not. And that's about what the price tag is going to be, right? Right? Would you agree? What's the, like, he's a free agent.
17 is what I saw in one of these 4 stories. I mean, it's just amazing. Everyone's like, yeah, he has to be back with the Eagles. Out nationally.
All right, so 17, but the real thing is how much guaranteed money. So does he get 4 years and like $50 million guaranteed? What was the Josh Sweat contract? Josh Sweat got about that, right? He got pretty big money. I think he got around $20 million a year. Josh Sweat contract.
So the big thing for anytime you get into these conversations, you have to ask, okay, what did they give up to get him? So they gave up a 3rd-round pick, correct?
41 guaranteed. It was a 4-year, $76 million. So it was around. They give up a 3rd to answer your question. So it's about $20 million a year for Josh Sweat.
So you're giving up a 3rd. You're giving up a 3rd for a reason. Like he's back. They're going to keep him, right?
I mean, I'm not paying him $20 million a year because I gave up a 3rd-round draft pick for him.
Don't you think? Again, I'm just asking this question out loud. But don't you believe that those conversations have already been had? Or is that unfair to think?
I think it's his market. They're not going to match any offer, I wouldn't think. If a team decides they're going to give him $100 million over 4 years and $60 million guaranteed, I wouldn't do that.
But I'm talking about from the Eagles' perspective. And sure, anything could have happened. He could have went off and set a sack record to close out the season, whatever it may be. But I would imagine, like, okay, we're going to trade for you. And, like, hey, here's what we're thinking of our future, Howie Roseman and the agent of Jalen Phillips. Does that mean it's a slam dunk that he's coming back? No, but I think that these conversations I've already had. I would be surprised if he's not an Eagle.
Okay. I guess I'm saying, do the Eagles want him back, and how bad do they want him back? Because as we mentioned before, Ray, I saw on ESPN.com he was the 4th-ranked free agent, ESPN's 4th-ranked free agent in the NFL, and it predicts him going back to the Eagles and the Eagles being the best fit. Ray, I didn't see the other ones that you had, but everybody seems to agree that he's going back or should go back to the Eagles.
Yeah, pretty much everyone's like, or if they don't have him going back, it's this would be a big, big miss and a big loss for the Eagles.
Would it?
You gave up the 3rd.
You get the comp pick back for him eventually.
Yeah, I'm less worried about the 3rd and more worried about overpaying a guy that really is. I mean, like,
that's where you should look at it. You're right.
I mean, Josh Sweat's a better player. No. Yeah.
He's got a better celebration.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Josh Sweat was a good signing by the Cardinals. And if you look at that contract, they've been out after 2 years. So everybody keep this in mind. They can sign Jalen Phillips any contract they want. There's always an out.
Yeah.
So if he's not worth the money, normally what happens is they have Howie will have a cap number after they say in year 3 where you're either renegotiating or you're redoing the contract to get cap space and you're keeping him or you're cutting him because he's not worth the money that he's making. And that's the case with the Josh Sweat contract. The Cardinals, if they wanted to, could get out of the contract after 2026. Now, if he performs like he did in 2025, there's no way in hell they're going to do that, or they're just going to redo the contract and he stays, and he's going to make more guaranteed money. I don't know, man. I mean, I thought Phillips was fine. I never watched him at the end of him being here. I didn't say, damn, man, the Eagles got to pay him whatever they have to keep him. Or I can't imagine Phillips not being on this team. He was good.
Yeah.
I think the bigger thing is, if you don't have him, then you're really thin at the position. And that means you're going to have to go out and you're going to have to pay somebody else on the market to come in here. Who are their ends right now? J.Oaks Hunt I like. Nolan Smith had a down year. Who else? BG?
That's it.
Yep.
Hey,
come on back.
year.
Yep.
Thank you, 97.5.
If Howie calls me, I'm coming back, he said. So Josh Sweat had a career year last
It's
year
unbelievable.
with the Cardinals. That's funny. I mean, the Cardinals were terrible. So I paid attention a little bit more to Milton Williams than I did Josh Sweat, full disclosure.
And Milton Williams had a great year, too.
Oh,
he was injured.
Awesome year. Yeah, he's been worth every penny. From the standpoint of Jalen Phillips, yeah, look, there were games that I thought he had a huge impact when he suited up for the Birds post-trade. And especially in those games that were the Packers, right? The 10-7 game, and what was the other one? It was the Lions. It was another low-scoring game. So it was the back-to-back weeks that I thought his presence was felt, if I'm not mistaken. But did he really come and fill in and do a good job in that game against the 49ers? No. They had no sacks in that game, I believe, if that's the case. He didn't even get after Purdy to a point. So
no, they had no pass rush in that game.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing there's estimates that are ranging from 3 years of 52 to 4 for 98. So let's say 4 for 98 seems more of the number. Cap goes up every year. These teams have a ton of money. They like to spend it. So that's approximately $25 million a year, and that's probably, $50 million guaranteed or something like that? Are you doing it, Ray? You doing it?
Probably not. I'm probably still letting him walk.
Okay, and I agree with you, but then who are your defensive ends next year?
Well, yeah, then we're walking into the situation we came into this season where you have this year's version of Uche and this year's version of
and none of those
Ojulari.
guys of those guys worked out last year. That's why they traded for Phelps.
They worked out so well that I couldn't remember the second one's name. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, if you look at Phillips, he has so just for the Eagles last year, he had 2 sacks.
Yeah.
He had 3 with Miami. Sacks aren't always the thing with edge rushers, especially if you're playing next to Jalen Carter and Davis. You should have more sacks than that. 17 games with the he hadn't played 17 games since 2022, so there's also an injury history with him. But his highest sack total were his first 2 years in the league, 8.5 and 7. And he's went backwards every year. Last year he had a total of 5 in 17 games. I'm sorry, I'm not giving a guy with 5 sacks last year that much. I'm not. I just don't think that's I don't think that's a wise signing by the Eagles.
He's got solid potential. He's 26 years old. Man, he didn't register a tackle against the 49ers. Like, the box score is completely empty in this.
Yep.
That's insane. Buffalo Bills game, he had a huge impact in as well. He had 3 total tackles. He was trying to think other stuff here, but he had a good game in that one. Look, is he getting after the quarterback and tallying up sacks? No, but you know what his ability is. And like I said, 26 years old, you gave up the 3rd-round pick. I'd be surprised if they don't find a way to keep him in-house.
I agree with you. I mean, the question is who you're going to sign, and that's a real question. I agree with you that they'll keep him. Seems like everybody expects the Eagles to keep him.
Yeah.
I don't know what the position looks like, who's free agency. Normally, the top edge rushers don't make free agency. And then, like Ray had said, then it's like, all right, Uche, Ojulari, you're bringing these guys in hoping that you find lightning in a bottle for a year. Didn't work last year.
Mm-mm.
That's for sure. Nolan Smith went backwards, So, yeah, that's it.
I'll tell you what, I'm on his Instagram page. I know we talked about this when I first started. The gender reveal that he did, him and his wife, for the baby, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen when it comes to gender reveal. Actually, no, I take it back. There was that Mexican drug lord that his plane crashed as it was flying over trying to do the reveal. That was pretty crazy. But this is up there. This is insane. Look at this blue. Look at this. Look at this video. I mean, it doesn't work for radio audiences, but I apologize.
Doesn't.
Instagram, watch this big blue, just absolute firework display. Look at that. Look at that. It's insane. I mean, that's literally like down at the art museum, 4th of July style.
That's a good gender reveal.
Did you do anything for your gender reveal?
Yeah, I don't even remember. You got 3 of them. The first one, it's too long ago. I don't remember.
The first one gets a little bit more than the next.
I honestly don't remember.
We did the first one, and then you get a boy and a girl like canon. So obviously we had a girl. We kept the other one, and then boy came around. We're like, oh, we had that left over, so let's do it again. Yeah, that's all we did.
All right.
I like gender reveals. I don't like when people poo-poo them.
No, I'm fine with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, gender reveals are cool.
That's a little much, though.
That's a take, though. I would say that I feel like you might actually be in the minority opinion at this point.
Yeah, look.
They've become too mainstream where there's that whole group of people that hate everything that people do. And I feel like that opinion's starting to take over.
It's for your child. Come on, man. You got to celebrate the birth.
All right. I mentioned the quickly with the so ESPN.com, they put together, so they had who are the 4 experts that put together hypothetical trade offers for A.J. Brown? Jeremy Fowler, Dan Graziano, Ben Solak, and Seth Walter. Yeah. He's my go-to. And then Tim McManus judges the 4 trades, and which one would he take?
Ooh, I like this.
So Jeremy Fowler, first-round draft pick from the Browns.
Okay.
They have 2 first-round draft picks, the 24th overall pick. Here's why they don't do it.
Have fun in Cleveland, AJ.
You want A.J. Brown in Cleveland if you're anybody over there?
If you're Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You want A.J. Brown?
Yes.
With a stack of encyclopedias on the sideline during the year?
With Deshaun Watson at quarterback, they're all in. They're all in, yes.
Oh, yeah. Is Watson back for next year?
Watson has to be back.
What could possibly go wrong with A.J. Brown in Cleveland?
You know what time it is.
Shador?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Shador and A.J.
I mean,
that's a show.
I don't know what could go wrong in Cleveland with A.J. Brown.
Wait, if you're Cleveland, you don't make that move.
Because A.J. Brown, if I'm a team, it's only a team that can win a Super Bowl. Because A.J. doesn't want to go to a crap team.
Understood, but if he doesn't have a choice in this, good luck.
Right, I know, but like that's not the way it works. If you're going to get an unhappy player with where he's going, okay, you want an unhappy A.J. Brown? Okay, yeah, I'll take the first-round draft pick for him. You could talk to A.J. about how he would feel about going to Cleveland. All right, Ray?
I actually said I hope they sent him to Cleveland last year when all this nonsense
I'm pretty
was
sure
going.
you did.
I did say that.
Bills offer their first-round pick, number 26. Ben Solak says a second, a conditional 4th that becomes a 3rd, and then Rashad Bateman for A.J. Brown. I don't want Rashad Bateman.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots offer a 1st and a 3rd and a 6th, and they get a second-round draft pick back with Brown.
Okay.
And Tim McManus is taking none of them.
Keeping AJ.
He says no offer gets the job done.
I like I like where Tim's at.
That's why T-Mac's the best.
Yeah, he is. I'm right there with him on that. None of that really moves my needle, but guess what? I'm not Howie. Howie's not me. Maybe Howie's seen enough.
Yeah, we don't know. We do not know. All right.
When will we find out?
Well, Combine's next week.
And
So
then-
you're going to get a lot of chatter next week. And I think that's where deals get set up to be made. And then right around free agency. We're not that far away from free agency.
No,
right?
we're about to turn the page to it less than a month.
That's coming up. All right, coming up next, YouTube chat recap. And we have a lot of other things to get to. That's next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Fanatic's Andrew DeCecco.
with Marks. Just to recap, Lane Johnson's back. He will return for his 14th season. Landon Dickerson. I don't know if Dickerson said it or this is just what Derek Gunn's reporting, because Cowboy Jim reported it, that he's back. So all the talk of they're losing all their guys, not true. They are coming back. That's a good thing.
I feel good. I feel much better about the Birds. I really do. And look, I know people might roll their eyes. We got a long way to go. Hey, you just mentioned it. Combine's coming up here. We got all these contracts that can be approved. Teams can start make the moves, I think, in the 18th, 16th or something like that in March. So that's right around the corner. I actually watched some national stuff, and they were breaking down the AFC South, John. Like, it's game on, man. It's the NFL. We're global with it. There's no rest for the wicked.
No.
Playing games in Kabul.
No, the offseason of the NFL is far more intriguing than most of those sports.
Yes, I agree with that. And it hits the ground running with that. And they knew what they were doing. They absolutely executed their plan. Goodell and company were like, we could make, if we do this right with the calendar and map it out, all the way from March into the draft late April.
Yep.
Have your boy Schefter drop a little breadcrumb or two.
Then you have a
conversation going.
You have a break before training camp, and then training camp happens, and then the season starts, and then you go through the whole process over again.
Let's do it, man. I'm already booking my trips. Let's go Tennessee.
It is fantastic.
Can we get there?
I mean, I'm sure Philly Sports Trips is going to be doing it.
I think Philly Sports Trips are going.
I would be quite interested. Oh, yeah, Philly Sports Trips will be there. Quite interested.
I heard Broadway's fun.
Yeah, I've heard. I've never been.
Me neither.
What? You, of all people, not having been there?
I have never been to Nashville. Yes. That would be fun.
I've spent one night in Nashville.
I'd be throwing chairs off the roof deck.
Long before it became the bachelorette party capital of the world.
Hey, now. Is it?
Apparently.
I'm going to the seashell capital of the world in March.
Where's that?
Sanibel Island.
Huh.
Florida. A little bit different than the bachelorette capital. It's a little bit more relaxed.
Where is it?
It's on the Gulf.
Gulf side?
Gulf side.
Down south?
Yeah,
so
down.
by like Fort Myers?
Keep coming down a little bit, yeah.
So you're almost headed towards Key West, like down towards
I don't think that far, but we're down.
Fort Myers is pretty far down.
Yeah.
Venice, I believe, is down that part of Florida.
I did my 40th in Naples. That was fun.
Did you? Naples,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, Naples. Did you do anything for your 40th?
Yeah, I drove around looking for a 40 ounce of beer.
No.
True story.
You were looking for a 40 on your 40th?
I was looking for a 40 ounce of beer on my 40th birthday.
Did you get one at least?
No.
Oh, come on.
I would have to drive to Norristown, and by this time it was 8:30. I actually went into the Wegmans because the Wegmans
Wegmans ain't got no 40s.
I know, but they have single beers. They have 22s.
Yeah.
I just couldn't because there was a place that had it. It was called the Pizza Stop in Collegeville. You know the Pizza Stop, Ray?
Oh, I know the Pizza Stop.
They had takeout, and I had seen 40s in there before. So I was I'm going to go to the Pizza Stop. I'm going to get a 40, and I'm going to sit by myself, and I'm going to watch whatever. And I went to the Pizza Stop.
It's so you.
And they're like, yeah, we don't have our license anymore. So they sold their takeout license. Yeah, they didn't have beer.
That's good money right there.
Brother, and this is 9 years ago. So I'm like, well, crap, where should I go? So they're like, well, Wegmans has singles and things like that. So I went to the Wegmans. I don't have 40s.
No.
So I Googled it. I'm like, all right.
Beer selection, though.
I would have to go to Norristown. And it was just something I was not willing to do.
Yeah, there's definitely some spots in Norristown that have some 40s.
You get some corner stores with 40s. I was looking for a 40 of pretty much anything.
Actually, I saw a video the other day on Instagram, a guy but sampling all these restaurants in Norristown, all these Mexican restaurants. I was like, damn, they look good.
I'm sure they have great cuisine.
Yeah.
Good Mexican restaurants in Norristown. All right. Well, let's get to the YouTube chat recap, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. Here we go.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
Yep.
What did you guys expect me to say in the podcast? It was just all CTE and opinions. AJ in Philly.
All CTE. Well, he wasn't, and Nate went through the whole thing. So if you don't know, the Dudes on Dudes podcast, how many weeks did we talk about this, Ray? Since the Super Bowl.
Since the Super Bowl.
AJ Brown went on Dudes on Dudes. If you don't know, that's Rob Gronkowski and Julian Edelman's podcast.
Yep.
Correct.
All right. He was asked about Vrabel But they didn't ask him anything about the Eagles, anything about Jalen Hurts, anything about leaving, anything.
Just, are you going to be a Patriot?
A lot of yucking it up.
With the
50
wink,
minutes.
wink.
Yes,
wink.
A.J. Brown did wink when they asked him if he was going to be a Patriot, and he smiled and winked. But I can't criticize him for it because
He's a showman.
Yes, he is a showman. So dudes on dudes, after weeks of speculation and wondering why the hell they didn't put it out, we finally am like, wow, they put it out now because nobody's talking about A.J. Brown, and they didn't even ask anything that was pertinent to anything.
And I got to give a nod to Shukri, who sent it over and was like, oh, look, it came out, because immediately we were on top of it. We had Nate comb through the entire thing. Everyone behind the scenes did their job. Dudes on dudes just did not come through.
Dudes on dudes.
Disappointing.
Very disappointing.
All right, what's next?
Mike Schmidt is the most unfairly criticized athlete in Philly in my lifetime. McNabb is a close second. Phil from the YouTube chat.
All right, good question. Most criticized, and you're an older gentleman if you're saying Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Schmitty was the star when I was growing up. I didn't really understand or know the criticism that was going on. Donovan got criticized.
Yeah.
I think he was overly critical sometimes.
Yes.
He also came up the smallest in the biggest games of his life.
At times, sure.
All
Super
right.
Bowl. Yep.
I'll never crap on Donovan. Donovan was a good quarterback for sure.
He was a great quarterback.
Yeah.
I remember Mike would not allow us to say great, and that was wrong. Think about that.
Number 5 will always love you.
McNabb was a great quarterback.
Hall of Famer?
I'm not going that far.
I would say no.
But he was a great quarterback.
You know what, Ray? We talk about canned responses that everybody says about a player. Donovan McNabb's the best quarterback in franchise history. How could you say that about him? How many times I've heard that?
A lot.
Oh, my God.
Is it still true?
And then someone would say, yeah, it's like being the tallest midget in the circus.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Love that.
You got that, so. Anyway.
Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in franchise history.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't argue with it.
Nope.
Or maybe you can, but all right, what's next?
That'll be July. We'll bank that show sheet.
Yeah.
4-hour show sounds like what the ladies say about Ray. Andrew from the YouTube chat.
Man, YouTube chat must have something that we don't know.
The boss, 4 hours and 4 minutes. You can't handle it. That's what it's all about.
So did you feel a vibe with the 35-year-old, and then when you said how old you were, that's where the vibe changed?
The vibe honestly changed a couple of times through that conversation. One, when I said my age, and the other when I looked and, with all due respect, she was drinking ginger beer. I was like...
With all due respect.
It was like, oh, you're just kind of here to be out. Like, just kind of...
So you needed her with her sleeves rolled up on some IPA.
Well, I'm just saying, she was having ginger beer. It was like, okay, she's just here because she wanted to go out for the night. She's like not looking to be out for the night, if you know what I'm saying.
Correct.
Two different worlds there.
Okay.
If you're not drinking, that's cool. I'm not saying that's a problem.
But
I'm just saying that
was it an alcohol ginger beer?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, non-alcoholic ginger beer. So she was nothing wrong with ginger beer. It's just like,
Ray,
neither of our inhibitions are lowered at this moment. Like, you found out I'm 25 and you're drinking ginger beer. Like,
so you're saying
pleasure
that
meeting you.
with a nice buzz, the 25 may not matter as much.
Right. Well, pretty much because everyone that knows, I've run into this issue a couple times, which is why I want to shave the beard.
Wow.
Because I'm attracting older than me, and not just like, oh, she's 28, I'm 25. Like,
so you wouldn't
she's
mind
30-something.
You wouldn't mind a 21-year-old sliding in and being like, oh, he's really cute.
No, I could use someone closer to my age. I would love to attract my age.
That is close to your age.
Man,
like
21.
25. 21 is like a junior in college. I'm not exactly like
Fresh.
at Maxie's like, hey.
Brand new 21-year-old, too.
Hey,
like,
Ray.
slobbering all over the place. Yeah, that's the one you want.
Embrace the 21-year-old.
Yeah, baby.
All right, what's next?
With a nickname like Beef, Ray Dunn must be the friend that Sean Brace is referring to, no?
Hello.
Spriggs from the YouTube chat.
Briggs.
Okay.
Yeah, embrace it, Ray. Don't be chasing 35-year-olds.
All right, we're close to the end of the show. Let's move on to the next one, too.
Every time I hear our announcers refer to JT as the best catcher in baseball, I cringe. Barbara from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, 13th according to Buster Olney in his list. How about that?
Yeah, I got to make an adjustment there.
How about that? Coming up next, it's Unfiltered. Riggabo, Colorado. They're coming up next, everybody. We're back on is it a Yacht Rock Friday? Can we do a
let's
Yacht
do
Rock
it.
Friday?
I'm in tomorrow. I got a captain's hat.
Okay.
For everybody.
A Yacht Rock Friday
All aboard.
tomorrow. See ya.